Okay, okay. Sound check, sound check. Okay, I just did a count. There's a 18 to 19-second delay. Okay, so that means just understand that I may not see your comments. I am going to try to look at the comments for the most part during the discussion on the topics in which I'm talking about today. Usually, when you catch, when I come up with topics, I talk about them in the beginning of the stream, right? And then if the stream ends up being very long, which they do, that is usually panelists and the topic could go anywhere. Now, based on some things that I listen to within the panel, whether I'm there or not actively participating, I may decide on the topic. Or the topic may come from a comment left to me. So bomb beating up on single mothers, I'm going to read the comment that I received, and I'm going to tell you how I came up with that topic. And we'll go from there because I think some of these men, and I'm not saying that they're necessarily negative. I don't think they're, I think they really want to hear a conversation, but they want some of us to do it for them. And it would be one thing if what they were saying was true. Like if you could prove anything that I've said that is factually untrue, then I welcome you to come up and just say, hey, this is not true. And then we'll go through the process of having a discussion about it. I mean, you could put up your proof or whatever, right? But what we're not going to do, oh, actually, we can do it. I'm just not going to allow it to end there. If you want to have the discussion in the under the video, right? You want to say something to me and make it seem like I said or somebody on the panel said something that's not true. Why would you? Why? When you could come up. This channel is for both the males and the females, and I do want to have discussions, right? Because through discussions, we'll find out how each other thinks, and then we can go and maybe extract some facts from somewhere, maybe somewhere legit. Unlike the manosphere, I don't need to be over here just saying shit out of my mouth that don't make sense. See, some of you have problems with women, and because you have problems with women, including your mothers, see, what you're not understanding is this. I understand it because I see it. See, I wasn't raised with a single mother, and therefore I have no anger against a single mother. Some of you men, on the other hand, you was raised by a single mother who did the best she could, or maybe she didn't. You get a certain age, you find a group of men online who also is suffering from the same shit you suffer from, and y'all have decided to place blame on your mothers. You don't even have the discussion about your fathers. I have yet to run into the manosphere and hear a topic on a panel with men discussing their absentee fathers. And if y'all say that it happened, send me the link to it. Because I would definitely love to go here. Because even when these absentee fathers, when they come out of the mouth, they'll say some shit like, well, dad told me that he had to leave because he couldn't handle my mama. Mama made him leave. And then that's the end of the conversation. See, the blame on their mothers. The mothers. But I get it. You want to blame the person who was there. I get where you might want to blame the person that was there when you was a kid. But nigga, you're 40 plus years old. At the age 30, and I'm being lighthearted. I'm gonna give you to 30. Nigga, that's when you are a grown person. You had 10 plus years of adulthood to figure shit out. And then from there, you start making the changes you find necessary. You niggas are still sitting in the mama's house that you blame. You're talking about your mama, but she don't know you're talking about her. Because she hears you in that room when you get all feisty and shit, getting too loud and shit. And she may hear you say, these black women, these single mothers, these black women. But dude, next time she knock at that door and tell you to keep it down and go find a fucking job, why don't you tell her that she equals that single mother that you're talking about? You're not going to do that. You know why? Because, you know, she might tell you, well, look, you should have been out of my house anyway, 40-year-old nigga, 50-year-old nigga, 55-year-old Rash, the bad guy ass nigga. Hey, say, Mama Rain, Queen of the Valley. What's going on, Queen of the South? You know what I mean? I'm trying to understand what's going on. Jason, what's going on? I'm just trying to understand the logic. And then they have men. This is thing for you men, right? For the men in the chat and the one who gonna listen. There are some of you who have channels. You're building channels. You want to, talk about other things. Your channel's not going to really go anywhere. No matter how positive you are, no matter how much you want to educate, because they don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear, even if you decided not to talk about black women at all. Like you decided, hey, I'm just not going to mention women at all. We just gonna do the man thing over here. We just gonna be men talking about men things, and but that's not gonna work. Even the men channels who have become successful, if you go back early into their content, you'll see where they blame the black woman too. They blamed her just enough to get the subscribers to come over. Just enough. And then if he's smart about it, he'll start, angling his content to where he really wanted to be. But if you're not beating down on a black woman, then your channel not gonna go nowhere. You see, it's not gonna go anywhere, and it's sad. It's legit sad. It's sad that I gotta come over here and target some man who shouldn't have even been popular at all. I gotta target him just to get some men to come over, just so we can have conversation. I gotta put the Black Manosphere in a negative light in my titles, just to get men to come over to have real discussions. It's sad. These men want to fight. They want to beat up on somebody. And me being a woman and a black woman, they think I'm the perfect target. I'm the perfect person to come up on the panel, and so they can get their aggression out on me. But see, I only allow it but for a few moments. I'll be their mamas for they lazy, non-profitable, no future having ass nigga. I'll be your mama for a moment. And then I'm gonna be your motherfucker man. I'm gonna whip your ass. I'm not gonna just take abuse, because I don't take abuse from my real motherfucking family. You understand? I have men who live in my house. They're my sons. Right? Why are they still in my house? That's how we used to do it back in the day. They're in my household. building and saving their money. And when they're ready to go out, right, and purchase their homes, because that's what I keep telling them, do not rent. They would have been out if it was up to them. They would have been out, rented an apartment, and then, you know, I guess they would have been paying somebody to live in an apartment. I'm like, dude, I mean, I understand if my house was small and they didn't have their own space and things like that. I get it. But my kids, I don't even have to see them. I have one that's on the third floor. He has his own bathroom. The one on the side of me, he has his own bathroom. We have our own bathroom. You know what I'm saying? We all share a kitchen. So that's mainly when I see them. That's main, or when they in a casual space going in and out of the home. I see them come in and out the door. But my husband is the only one who really stay in the living room area when he want to come. And then I got my area behind the living room area that was the dining room area. I then turned it into a craft area. Everybody got their own living space. But if they decided to move, they could, they would. Nothing's wrong with staying with your mother. But this is the thing. You with your parents. You're supposed to be a man no matter where you live. I'd be goddamn if you will hear me say I take care of my sons. I don't take care of them. We reside together like a fucking family. They appease me because they've been wanting to move. You know, we all wanted to move out when we turn a certain age, when we want to go and spread our wings. You know what I'm saying? They wanted to do that too. I bribed them. Because they black men, young black men who still, I feel like, you know, with all of us when we're young, there's a lot we don't know. I was like, look, I'll buy you a car if you stay home. You know what I mean? Go to school here, go to school local. I didn't stop their education, and I most definitely didn't make no agreement that I would take care of their ass. They gonna get a job. The only reason I got them a car is because we were like, look, get your car, but you're going to have to pay for the insurance, and you're going to have to pay, you know, you got to pay for everything surrounding that motherfucker car. You see, the first car we got for them was through me, us, and their grandmothers. That was their first car. When they're ready to upgrade, then they got to be able to do that. They got to be able to maintain that. You understand? So when I say I bought them the cars, that don't even mean that I paid the money. Like I gave them the down payment, right? Cars in our name and shit, using our credit to get it, to make sure it's the lowest payment. And then they make their own car note. So essentially, I don't even pay, I didn't pay for their cars. Anyway, so bomb beats up on single mother. Let's go into the comment that I got. Now, I'm not attacking the person who left the comment. That's not what I'm doing. But I think he gave me a topic to talk about. And the topic is when I'm watching some of these people want me or those who on the panel, they want us to talk negatively about single parent. And this is what he said. Let me share the screen. Wow, I already got 6 thumbs down. God damn. Ladies and gentlemen, those of you who in the area, make sure you hit the thumbs up. God damn. They come over, baby. Y'all know they got the haters. They come over trying to be sneaky and shit. You know, if you two will make it to where you could see who hitting what, these lame ass, nobody sorry ass niggas will never hit that motherfucking thumb up or thumb down. See, like over there on Facebook, you could see who hitting what. You could see who hit the hearts, who hit the thumbs up, who hits the, you know, I don't even think they have a thumbs down over there. Yeah, I don't think they do, but you could see who hit what. You know, if somebody hit a laugh or a wow or a sad, you can see the sad face. They show you who hit that shit over here. These niggas think they Almighty, baby, because they always hidden. Lame ass motherfuckers. I dare one of you bitches to tell me in this chat right now, which 6 of you hit the thumbs down? Let's see. Go ahead. I'm waiting for 6 of you motherfuckers. Go ahead. I'm gonna count to 18. That's when I should start seeing me's, right? Because it's like a 16. What I think I said, 16 to 18 delay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I went 20 seconds. Ain't nobody gonna say it was me, Bomb. Nobody. There go my point, baby. See, listen, I'm not a mean person. Sometimes I'm very direct, you know, and so when I ask the question, if I had hit the thumbs down and somebody asks who hit the thumbs down, if I feel like, hey, there's a reason why I hit the thumbs down, bitch, I'm gonna say, if they ask me, yes, I hit the thumbs down, right? And then if somebody said, well, why did you hit the thumbs down? I would have a reason why I hit the thumbs down. Be like, sorry, per se, you hit the thumbs down. Let me give you the link, baby. Look, he raised his hand. He like, I know they love me. They love me so much. They hate me. You know, they want to pull on my pigtails, but I don't have no pigtails, bum ass bitches. I am a grown ass woman. If I was your mama's, I would have gray hair. But since you know I have good genes in my family, we don't go gray until much later. Much later. Much like I'm talking about. When my mom found one strain of gray in her hair, she was excited. She was like, "Look at this!" Oh shit! Anyway, I just wanted. What's the issue, y'all? I mean, Viper Pit members, you're hating that the Nene killing ass bitch, she can't even come and say, yeah, Bomb, I hit the thumbs down. Cause I know you and your fucking husband listening, bitch. You just angry because you're not welcome. Not you are welcome. You could be in the chat. If you say some stupid shit, you're gonna get treated just like stupid people get treated. You no longer VIP, bitch. You now very shitty people. You unimportant hoe. And they don't like going places in which they can't control. But this is my thing though, to them, right? If you can't control it and you don't like it, why you come? I attract you, bitch. Is it something about me that makes you want to just be near me, hoe? You just feel like you just need to be all under my bosom, bitch. Don't you have a mama, bitch? Oh, I forgot your mama didn't take care of you. See, this is the thing. Y'all niggas will follow a mammy ass bitch like that. You never asked her why she against single mothers? You never asked her, did you? You never asked her why she against single mothers. Because she was raised by a single father with a very able, capable mother who didn't want her, who didn't raise her. So she has the same issues you lame ass niggas who cry about it when you still late 30s, early 40s, late 50s. You niggas need to stop. You'll listen to these mammies, the ones who decided to go even against their own interests. Listen to them when they tell their story. Either their mother was a single mother and they don't like each other, or they daddy took care of them while their mama was out there hoeing and on that crack. Is that sound familiar, Denini? Is your mama still on crack, bitch? Or did she, I don't know, did she become well? Since now it's diagnosed as a sickness, a illness. But anyway, let's get back to it, y'all. I'm gonna get back from the drama. What's going on, DC Purple Diva? What's going on? Mother Earth, what's going on, sis? Let's see. I don't want to miss anybody. Because y'all know I like showing love. Mr. Music, what's going on, my brother? We got somebody named Mama Rain, what's going on, girl? Troy Nielsen, how you doing? Your sons are an example of men you complain about. My sons, I'm gonna give you the link. I could compare you, no matter how old you are, to my sons. My sons stand with men. They are men. You're not gonna find nowhere on the internet. You're not gonna find my sons. You're not gonna find my sons on the internet complaining about women. What you'll find is them with women. You'll find one who has a son, right? He unfortunately created a single mother, right? He got with a woman, they had a child, but my son, baby, you hear my grandson here every other day and every weekend. This is his house. He lives here. He's between two homes. Now, do I agree with the being between two homes for a baby? No, but he's the happiest baby I've ever seen. They're doing something I never saw before. My grandson, when he leaves here to go to his mother, he's happy. He don't cry to go in her arms. And when they switch him to get in my son's arms, he's happy. He don't cry not to go in his father's arms. If he tells me bye-bye, when we say you going by your mommy, he says, bye-bye, mom. I'm going by mommy. When she says you're going by your daddy, he says, bye-bye, mommy. I'm going by dad. He has grandparents at that home. He has grandparents at this home. Now, you're going to have to come up here and explain to me how my sons, who take care of their responsibilities without any complaint, would he have a complaint about his ex-girlfriend? He may have a complaint about his ex-girlfriend. But what you're not going to see him do is in a group of strangers dogging and upsetting her. You know why? Because they share a child together. He is not to disrespect that woman because she is also taking care of his child. Something you niggas don't know nothing about. Now, I'm not talking about the men. I have to say this every time I have this conversation. I do not think of all black men as niggas. I'm talking about the motherfucking niggas. And I'm not talking about the black men. Because I have black men who live in my house. In fact, I'm the only female in this motherfucker. 2 sons, a husband, and a grandson. I'm the only female. And I will never disrespect them. And they not going to disrespect me neither. There's no such thing as, well, he's the man, and if he want to disrespect you. No, if he disrespect me, I will, most definitely. Let it be known that I'm not to play with. You niggas do a lot of playing on this internet. I've heard some of you, when your mamas done walked in on your asses, and your whole attitude changed. You're fake and you're phony on this bitch. And then you want these women to respect you? We see you, nigga. Now you're gonna have to, let me put the link up. Come and explain how my sons are the men that I complain about. My husband aren't the men I complain about. I got cousins that aren't the men I complain about. I got nephews who aren't the men I complain about. My fucking daddy was never the men I complain about. I got uncles, they're not the men I complain about. I had neighbors who aren't the men I complain about. Motherfucker, you got me fucked up. My family is a family of families. The people surrounding me were families of families. Even if there was a single mother, she was a part of somebody's family. And then she was treated like somebody's family. If her sons needed, if everybody in the neighborhood realized there was a few single women in the neighborhood, there were men who would come up and ask her, you need your grass cut? I'm starting a football team in the neighborhood. Like your sons to join up. If she didn't have the money, people in the neighborhood would come up with the money to make sure her sons did well. It's y'all generation that want to separate, want to do things, want to, instead of being reality, y'all motherfuckers just want to snap pictures of moments and act like you doing something you're not really doing. Anyway, let me get to the comment. Let me get the link though. Okay, if you're not coming up to talk about what I'm talking about, then you're gonna have to hold off. I don't want to talk about nothing else right in the moment. Okay, so let me grab this link real quick. Y'all got me fucked up. See, and then but even through all of that, of how I was raised, what I saw, what I know, I'm not here to beat up on those single women because nobody ever did that. Y'all niggas don't know history. That's gonna be the second part. Okay, the second part of the discussion gonna go into history because somebody mentioned that history is a waste of time. Learning history every day, we create history. But if you don't know that, then you would be claiming that there's no need for history. But anyway, let's get back to it. Let's go back in history when men were being sent off to war as soon as 16, I think even earlier than that at one point. And it was nothing but single mothers. Did the world stop? Did it end? The only men left behind was those who was gyps. That means those who couldn't carry a weapon. Those who couldn't follow instructions and those who was injured, disabled. So even through history, and I'm not even going way back, if we go farther back, you would be shocked when you hear that women was controlling civilization. You niggas are so far back, so lost on your history that you don't even know. There's a lot of things I didn't know. That's why it's important to always educate yourself. Just because you're out of high school, you lame ass motherfucker, don't mean that education ends and stops. They taught you what they wanted you to know in school. And that's why you further your education, whether you go to a university, a college, a tech, Rotech. Rotech is to teach you how to do a job. But there's other ways of educating yourself these days. Maybe you might learn some truth. You might find out that what they taught you wasn't necessarily truthful. Anyway. I understand why people don't think universities are important. But you don't know what's important until you learn what's important. And if you don't go, you don't go, and that's okay. There's certain things you don't know, right? You can't even know that you're missing out on something if you don't even know it exists. You know what I'm saying? And listen, I'm not even beating up on you for not knowing. I didn't know neither. There was a time when I didn't know. It's just the arguments from the fools who will say, that's not important. We don't need that. Well, I don't know. You know, some people may need it. There's a lot of these niggas, they out here, they don't know what they want to do with themselves. Because there are Votech schools around. There are ways to go learn how to drive trucks and heating and air conditioning and all these type of things. But have y'all ever thought that there's a group of people who don't fit in none of those things, they don't want to do none of those. They're still searching for what it is that they want to do. They're looking, they're just trying to figure it out. They don't see it, so therefore they just think it doesn't exist. Those are the ones who need to be going to a university. I'm sorry, I know some of y'all hate it. Everybody aren't the same. We all don't think the same. We all don't want the same things. We don't want to do the same things. So through structure, they give us options. And then there's people who don't want, they see the options, they don't think that that fits them. And that's when they go to universities and figure out what it is they want to do. They'll find lanes that just not presented to everybody. That's why some motherfuckers will say some stupid shit like, oh, they go for social work. They got a degree in social work and act like that's not important. The different lanes that social work brings you down, baby, is a long, there's a lot of options. You want to know, well, why would you take art in university? Well, that's another area that'll take you down a long lane of options. But you won't know it if you don't know it. So, but I'm not I'm not pushing education because I would be a fool, right? I would be stupid to be an adult that says, hey, this is the world we live in, and you could do what you want to do. If you don't want to go the education route, don't go it. And then when you look into the world and step out there and everybody wants you to have some education to get the fucking job, even if Walmart decide that you got to have a minimum associate's degree just to get their job, then that means you go into the world unprepared. Because see, the people who given the jobs are the ones who dictate what education level they want you to be at. Okay. Thank you, mother. There's a lot. We're gonna bring it up, Jamaria. You don't want the reason why I'm bringing up the importance of history because the topic I had with you. But let me bring up the since the people who hit the thumbs down, since y'all not gonna come up and explain to me why you hit that thumbs down, we're gonna move past you and we're gonna know that you are unimportant. But I do want you to know this, you silly niggas. If you understand, if you really wanted to hurt me, you wouldn't hit a thumbs up nor a thumbs down. Just by me getting you to get so angry that you would hit that thumbs down is all that YouTube is asking for, participation. No matter if, do you think because I have many thumbs up, they're going to put me in the accurate, what they call it? I can't even pronounce it, y'all. They're going to put me out there. My name alone puts me out there. Some of you ain't never seen me before. The reason you see me on your shit is because of my name, bitch. And I don't even put my name in the title. It doesn't matter what I put in the title. I'm one of those people that people like to follow, listen to. I don't even know why you like to hate me. Because I'm not even a hateable motherfucker. But if you like to hate me, I'm good with that too. Continue coming by. Continue coming by. Okay? You're listening in the clouds. The only person you're angry at is yourself. You're trying to figure out why you can't pull yourself away. Why you can't pull yourself away. Why every time Bomb go live, I got to go over there and just hit the thumbs down. You might want to seek a psychiatrist and figure that out. You might find that you love me. You want to marry me. Send me Cash App, nigga. Send me Cash App. Fuck out of here. Anyway, let me so I got this comment. Let me see where is that on one of my streams. Let me see. Gotta go to the bell. Here we go. Let me go to the stream, y'all. And I don't want to put the person's name out there. This is not an attack on anyone. I think he was saying something. I'm not sure what was said. I don't even know if I said it or somebody else said it. I'm not even sure, right? I guess I could click on the link that he provided and go listen to it, which I guess we'll do that. Let me see. Share. I'm going to share the screen with sound. And this is the comment. This is not an attack on Alpha Omega, okay? I'm just talking about the comment that you left. And I thought it's a great topic. He says, why lie to young single mothers to say that their kids will have the same life outcomes as well without parents? No study anywhere shows that communities, social programs can replace parents. Now I'm gonna go listen to what was said, who said it, and maybe, I don't know.
They be able to pull out a child at 80%, or they may do extra credit. But don't never think that because the dad didn't show up for the exam, he didn't have an impact. And that's what y'all men keep trying to put it on the woman. Not showing up to take the test doesn't give you a passing grade. You still get that zero.
You gotta, yeah, you have to have that woman excel when he, when the child excelled and the dad wasn't there. You could give him credit for being the dad, giving his seed. You might even excel in the anger that the child had, because if you men would be honest. I don't know why y'all won't be honest. Some of you didn't have dads, and you know that shit affected you. You became who you are because your fucking dad wasn't there. But now y'all grown, and now y'all want to jump on a bandwagon and make it seem like it was your mama's fault, though. The one who was there, even if she was there in shit. Like you was in a project, she was going through hard times. Even if she was on drugs, she was there attempting. And that nigga just went off. And then you go find out you got some brothers and sisters who was living a better life than you. Why he didn't want to take care of you, though?
I wonder if whoever that was speaking, does her example apply unilaterally?
I don't know why. I don't know why. Maybe we're not being clear, right? The women over here, including myself, we are saying the same thing that we're saying on the woman's side. We're saying the same thing on the male side. We are against abuse, no matter if it's a man abusing or a woman abusing. We are against well, I don't want to say the word. We are against anybody abusing children in any way, whether it's the male doing it or the female doing it. Nobody in my area, as far as I know, and seen and heard as they come on the panel, has said that it's okay for a older woman to be with a kid. So why is it that you men, when you come over here, well, what do you think about when women do it? It's bad. It's the same manipulation. The only people who don't think it's as bad are you men. You men. You're the ones who don't think it's as bad. You're the ones who will say, well, Obama is not the same. A woman, she don't really get harmed the same way a girl does. But see, that's because you're thinking about it just physically. You don't understand the ramifications of mental and what that child is learning. But y'all are the ones, the males, the men, you are the ones who are saying that it's different when a woman do it than when a man. And then when you get upset, though, you didn't want to say, well, what do you think about when women do it? And we're like, dude, we're clear. We're very clear. Children should not be anywhere near adults in certain situations. If it's not a parent, child, a student, teacher type of thing, then there should not be any children having other relations with no fucking adults. Now, back to what Alpha, is it Alpha Omega, has stated, why lie to young, you see how he went to, why lie to young single mothers to say that their kids will have the same life outcomes with or without parents? I didn't hear anybody say that. What I heard though is that what I was saying and what I heard other people saying, but I was saying it more, right? I was saying that even a single father, he affects a child, a son. And I know this because I've had discussions with men, including my husband and other men whose fathers wasn't there. Right? And when I have real conversations with real men, and I've had some real men on my panels, and we've discussed this. When they say that, yeah, my dad wasn't there, right? How they watched their mother do certain things. Some of the men ended up going out into the street because their dads wasn't there and they thought that their mom needed help. That doesn't mean their mom supported it, but that was one of the reasons. Maybe they went to the streets because they didn't have a dad to reel them in. That's not always true though, because in my case, my dad was always there and my brother still found his way to the streets. I watch my sons as they want to find their way to the streets because our music, entertainment and shit, it shows that the streets is the way to go. But I reeled that ass in. Listen, I'm not to play with. If I got to go out there in the motherfucking street and show my ass in front of my kids and whoever they dealing with, I was willing to do that. Willing to put my life on the line because we didn't put in all the hard work and all the shit we were doing in order to see the streets come and grab my motherfucking kids from me. But it's hard. You got to keep the eyes out. You got to be able to willing to be out, go out there. And if you got to get in front of a bully, you got to be okay with that. And I'm that bitch. I'm that motherfucking bitch. Nobody come and deal with, you know what I'm saying? But my kids at a certain age, and now I cannot control them. They are grown ass men, and I don't even attempt to control them. Anything I'm saying now about me willing to go on that street, that's when they were kids. 18, you're 18. Just because you turned 18 today don't mean you was better than you was yesterday. So I still was holding them hands, looking, watching, paying attention. And I noticed that they now understanding what is coming out of my mouth, my husband's mouth, they understanding, and now they seen their friends go back and forth to jail. My sons have friends on both sides of the aisle, right? They got the friends who go back and forth to jail. They got the friend who is doing what they doing, got good jobs, you know, and when I say good jobs for their age. I'm not saying they're professionals, CEOs and shit like that. Some of their friends have gone to university. One went to university on a full scholarship and lost it because of his anger, fighting. He squandered a whole college education. But his area where he was raised, he had that in him. You see? But anyway, so what I was saying was, you can have an absentee father who still, he gets some credit, right? The negativity, like my husband told me, he didn't want to be like his dad. He wouldn't be like his dad. It probably would kept our marriage going. I'm not going to be out of the household with my children, is what he said. He told me that before we even got married. He want to be an active father. When we was talking, when in a relationship, we was talking about all kinds of shit. And I believed him. He was like, yeah, my dad wasn't there and I don't want to be like him. So when I get married or when I start having kids, you know, I want to be there. There's a lot of men who go that route. because their dad wasn't there. That means they're better fathers. They're better than their fucking fathers. And the fathers are the reason for this, in a sense. So we do have to give them credit for that shit. They might not like the way it comes out. Hey, because you were so bad of a fucking father, your son came out being a great father. Because you decided you didn't want to be there. He was hurting and he wanted to make sure his kids don't hurt the way he was hurting. The dads might not want to hear that. The mothers as well. Yeah, mom. Well, you know, I'm going to stick with my man. I'm going to work through this because I saw what you was doing over there. Running men in and out the house. Allowing us to get touched or abused by men who you didn't know. I'm not doing that with my family. Mom, I saw what you was going through when you was on that crack. I don't want that for my life. So I made sure not to go down that route. She gets credit for that. She might not want to take the credit though. Right? I would be devastated if one of my sons came and told me that they did better in spite of me. They excelled even though I was the worst of the worst. But they knew not what not to do because of me. They would hurt me. You know, there's nobody gonna be, no parent gonna be like, yeah, girl, my son did very well, girl. Yeah, he told me that it was because I left him hurt. Him always wondering why his mama didn't love him. That's why he ended up in the NBA. She ain't gonna never describe it that way. You see? So this to me is a comment that where he wants me to beat up on young mothers. And I tell you why I say that. It's because right here, he said it to young single mothers. You do know there's young single fathers too. My son, one of my sons is a young single father. Why you didn't just say to young people, how about to single parents? How about you just say, you know, why I gotta be young single mothers? Because let me explain to you one thing. This is facts. However you want to look at it, this is the truth, nothing but the truth. You know what I'm saying? If there is a single mother out there, bitch, there is a father out there who's also single father. Now, he may not be acting like it. He might be not taking on his responsibilities. But there is never a mother without a fucking father. And if he's not married, then he's single. My son is a single father, and his girlfriend is a single mother. They're single people raising a child. A lot of you are single fathers. Some of you take credit for that shit. You literally taking care of your child, but most of you niggas not though. And I'm not talking about in our community. When I say most of you niggas not, I'm not talking about the community, because I see men taking care of kids all in the community. I'm talking about on YouTube. I am very clear when I talk about the Black manosphere. I go into these communities and I see single people. They're really dating, living together, raising their children. There's even men in household with women who have multiple children by multiple baby daddies. There's still a man in there helping her with the fucking children. We know it because we see it. And if you don't want to do it, that's on you. The fuck? I promise you there ain't going to be no woman who going to be like, would you please date me? Help me with my kids. Help me with my kids. Can you please date me? Help me with my kids. Fuck out of here. It's you niggas who mad because she got something you want. You find out she got kids, but you still want it though. Now you mad because you like, ooh, I really want it, but I might not want to deal with them kids. But I want it. I want it though, but I don't want to deal with them kids. She gonna make me deal with them kids. She not making you do shit. She got something you want. Ladies, you got something they want. You got something they want. That's why most men, they'll look at the situation and see, is it a fit for them as an individual? I'm a man. I look at this woman. I like her. She's attractive. She's nice. She's sweet. I go in her home. Her house is clean. Her kids are well taken care of. Hey, I might be able to fit right into this. And they do that. But you pump and dump ass niggas, the reason you so angry is because you can't find nobody to pump and dump. Because see, the men who could pump and dump, they're not complaining about no women. Why would they? They're out there having fun. I got one son, he ain't in no relationships. He call them friends. They call each other friends. They're not giving each other titles. I've never met none of them because they don't come to the house. Because he don't bring them to the house because they not that type of friend. He take his responsibility. I taught him how to be safe, and he do what he do. And he ain't complaining about no motherfucking woman. He ain't complaining about being no, he ain't complaining about whether they allow him to pump and dump. He ain't complaining. He ain't even mentioning this shit. He out there living his young motherfucking life. And when he decide to settle down, I'm confident that whatever decision he make, whoever, whether she already have children, don't have children, or anything like that, I'm confident that he gonna choose what's best for him. And no other nigga gonna be able to tell him otherwise. And I tell you one thing, me and my husband not gonna be there to tell him otherwise. We've already educated our children into being men. The decisions that they make, we just let you sure, yep, okay. If my son was dating his baby mama, she already had a kid. I'm more than willing to be the grandmother to the other child. You goddamn right. His decisions, whatever he decided to do, I back him. And I love that little girl like she was my own grandchild. I thought of her no different. This is my grandchild. They broke up, and that's when the shit get real fucked up. it get real fucked up because I still ask about her, you know what I mean? But I haven't seen her in over a year. Shit, is almost 2 years now. I haven't seen her, but I think about her, wondering how big she done got, what she doing, wanting to make her a cute little dress, but I don't get in the midst of what my son and her have, because see, if she got another boyfriend, I'm not sure. And it's none of my motherfucking business. All that's our business is what my son has labeled as his business. And that is my grandchild. Unfortunately, I haven't seen the little girl in a couple of years. But anyway, that's when you raise your sons, your daughters to be adults. So the motherfucker who said that my kids is the man I complain about, well, you will be incorrect. 100%. I didn't even have to think about that. I raised sons to be men. And when I say I raised them, I helped raise sons to be men. I can only do but so much. I know there's a little confusion where women think they can raise their sons to be men. No, I disagree. And I used to be the woman to say, what? I could do it. No, I'm the one who handles the kids all the time anyway. But then when you sit back and listen to the men and the things that men, the way men think, my sons are men's boys, they're gonna be men, and we think differently, then we already know, ladies, there will be a disconnect. You're gonna have to find a male who's gonna have to enter the lives of your male sons in order to help them along the way. And that's a fact. And I could break it down to the most simplest of things. When your son goes into the male bathroom, how is he supposed to act? We as women, we don't even know. And if we can't teach our sons how not to act when his ass go in that male's bathroom with those men, other young men, and he do some strange ass shit, like look where he may not supposed to be looking. You know what I'm saying? And then he'd be made fun of, and then it could be a mess. You could be dealing with a mess. So if you got brothers, you know, maybe some uncles who are willing to come over and throw football and talk to him, take him places so he can learn how to go to the bathroom. You see, ladies, we go to the bathroom when we go in the stall and we sit. But there's uterus. There are these other things in bathrooms. I didn't even know this shit. I was a grown ass woman. I go into the male bathroom. I'm like, what the hell is this shit on the wall? Right? So how could I teach my sons how to use that thing if I don't know what it is, and I'm the only parent he knows, I'm the only educator that he knows, you know, as it relates to things that you do that they don't teach in school, right? And then how is he to know what the fuck that is? He don't know what that is because I didn't know what it was and I wasn't able to teach him what that shit was. We could teach our son, we could potty train our sons, but look how we potty train them. We have them sitting down. Now you got grown ass teenage boys, when they go to the bathroom, they sitting because nobody showed them how to unzip and pee the correct way. Ladies, do we know how to do that? Do you know if he's supposed to unbutton, unzip, and then take it out, put his pants down a little bit to do it? Or is he supposed to unzip and just pull it out through the hole? If you don't know that, then you need to find a man who's going to educate you and help educate your son. But when your son becomes a certain age, you're not going to be able to talk to him about how to pee. In the midst of, among other teenage boys or men. So no, I do agree that, and I used to be the woman who said, shit, they're my sons, I'm the one to teach them. Yes, we do. And sometimes a little bit of our education is very feminine-like. So now we got a 8-year-old boy not acting like the other young boys. He's doing shit like we taught him. So what I'm suggesting is find somebody in your family who you trust, or a neighbor who you trust, a coach who you trust. But you got to catch them at a certain age, because it's odd for a teenager to just finally be learning how to pee, where he got to look at how the other boys are doing it. You see? That's all I'm gonna say about that. Let's get off of this. And then he said something about same life outcomes. What do you mean by same life outcomes, honey? After a certain age, it doesn't matter what I learned as a child. At a certain age, I'm an adult. I've been out in the world long enough to understand what maybe what I learned wasn't right, or maybe what I learned is correct. There's a lot of things you learn, unless you're living in your mama's house and you ain't going outside. You living in your mama's house, you ain't even go get a job. You're not even around others where you can start seeing how other people do shit and don't do shit. That's education in itself. So, in case you didn't know, yes, a single mother, right, who may end up with her children being a little behind. Or let me say single fathers as well. And let me say for you fathers also. That's why you got bitches like the Nene who when she go to pee, she stand up and pee. Her daddy taught her that. It's the same thing in the reverse. So I'm gonna be clear about that. If mothers can't really raise sons to be men, then men cannot raise daughters to be women without help. And please hear when I say without help. A little bit of help goes a long way. A little bit of help from somebody you trust will definitely patch up the bridge of information that you cannot educate, because there's not much that differs between men and women. So yes, you can get assistance. You want to learn how to do a little girl's hair. You men don't know how to do that. Y'all didn't grow up with dolls playing in hair. The reason women know how to do that shit, not even all of us, right? Because they gave us dolls when we were kids. We've been playing in hair since we were little girls, little babies, in fact. We learned how not to do the brush or the comb, because if you put it in our doll's hair and twist it, now we can't get the fucking comb or brush out the hair. Now, by the time we're a certain age, we know not to do that in our own real hair. We may have done it to our parents when we were young, took a brush and, you know what I mean? Like I did when I was younger. So it's not that women are natural mothers and nurturers, it's that we were taught that shit early on. While y'all was learning how to be outside climbing trees, they were talking about being police officers and motherfucking ambulance, medical personnel, and also what else they taught? Firefighters and shit like that. That's what they were focused on with the boys, teaching you how to be jump off homes and shit. Y'all was learning how to run and shit, all muscular and physical kind of training. When you was boys, what did they have us? In the kitchen, playing with dolls, playing school, playing, you know, shit like that. And through those games, we were learning something. Anyway, so I did put the link up. I'm gonna pin it. I'm gonna make sure it's the right link. Is it the right link? Let me look in the chat. What you said, babe? Oh, when it came. Huh? Oh, it's probably for your brother. Okay. Bye. One of my sons going to work. He's going to work, y'all. He's going to work. That's my first time seeing him today. He came down and he said, "See you." And he's gone. And I won't probably see him until tomorrow around this time when my grandson come back. Because he don't get off till 2 in the morning, 1, 2 in the morning. Anyways, Sapase said, attempted to do a ponytail for my niece once when she was younger. Such a disaster. My mom told me of a story how something had happened. I think my grandfather had got sick. My grandfather died when I was young, but this was before he died. We lived in New Orleans. My grandparents lived in Kenner, right? So my mother had my grandfather had gotten sick because he had they used to call it sugar back then. Sugar diabetes, right? But they used to call it, he got that sugar. And I'm a kid, so I remember when they were saying he got that sugar, and I was a little confused because I was a kid. But anyway, I was younger. I think I was in kindergarten. My mom told me that she had my grandfather got sick, so she went to go check on him, right? He was in the hospital. So my dad was in charge of me. my dad had agreed he would get me up, get me ready for school. So my mom told me my dad had to do my hair and how he had my hair, the way he had done it and sent me off to school. Now, the good thing about back then, especially when you was going back then, especially in the South, the schools were still segregated, by the way, right? So I went to an all-black school, and the teachers had done my hair for me. They sent the note home with me, explaining what she had done, And but it's funny when my mom told me the story about how my dad tried to do my hair. How he tried to do my hair. Hey, Ben. But you didn't stay late? You didn't stay late none this week, huh? Well, they don't have the overtime no more or something? Oh. Oh, okay. They still got food from you. I asked you not to do two. I told you.
I took some for lunch. So.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay. I didn't even look. What we're gonna do for dinner? They got enough for dinner, or do I need to cook something? Or
It's up to you. I mean, we have hamburgers too. So.
We got everything for the hamburgers, bread, and everything. Buns.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what we'll do then.
It's up to you. Right? Up there too.
Okay, you good?
Yeah.
You gonna call me up tonight?
Yeah.
Cause we can come back tomorrow. Okay. Don't let me stay on here too long. Let me know before, not when you're ready to get in the shower. Like, give me an hour before you ready to get in the shower. We get in the shower. An hour before. Like 9, 10:30. Don't let me stay down here too long. I'm sorry, y'all. We making arrangements for an appointment for tonight, and my husband, he'll be like, "You ready to take a shower?" I'll be like, "Damn, I'm in the midst of this conversation, so I need at least, give me a head start so I can prepare to let y'all know and decide if I'm keep the stream running, and then I'll just make some co-hosts, and then I'll go about my motherfucking business, and take care of business." Legally coming tomorrow, so, whoo, boy, when he's here, he likes to come and lay right in between me and his grandfather. It's almost like having our own brand new child again, because he just pop. He just love his pop. Anyway, that's what families is about, y'all. My grandchild is crazy. Hey, Aries, how you doing? Kira, is it Kira? Because I don't want to mess up your name. It's JLTTM. Is TMHCJL? Is that a fake JL, y'all? Because I remember he said he was gonna put his initials behind. Bomb, you have normal sons. These males can't relate. They normal sons. And normal sons, woo, baby, normal sons is a lot on my end. Now for my husband, like I could panic. Remember, I told you a story about my son, and what I found on Twitter. I'm in the panic mode. I'm like, we got to deal with this now. Ooh, do I have to do this? Do I have to go out in these streets? And my husband is the cool cucumber, yo. He the cool cucumber. Probably because he probably went down the same shit when he was a young boy. You know what I'm saying? When I'm in panic mode because it's something that I didn't even see coming, and something I never even imagined, and you know what I mean? And then that's a troll. Okay, let me make sure somebody hit him already. I'll make sure they can't come back. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? Like for you men, there's things that and it's not abnormal. Like I've heard JL speak and Mr. Kev speak. I've even heard, Sac Passe. And sometimes when y'all come up, when I look at it from the woman's perspective, some things can look like it's an attack, right? But because I know, when I look at it from the male perspective, by me raising sons and the men that always been in my life, I understand that's not what y'all doing. And so now some things be an outright attack, but men do things differently than women. Y'all even think differently. You could be doing the same thing we're doing, but you think of that as different the way we think of it. Women, we thinking, hey, what's easier, more proficient, more this. Ladies, that's because they taught us that, right? We have children, and baby, we got to figure out what is more proficient, what is the easiest route to get the job done. And men coming at it from another perspective, right? They mean it might be the same thing. They looking at it totally different. In their eyes, it might be another way that's more proficient. But this is what I want y'all to understand, both male and female, right? We do think differently. Women, we're thinking more along the lines of us, right? You and the kids. We're thinking about us. What's best for us? Me, what's best for me, what's best for my sons, and if I had daughters, and what's best for my husband included. So I start adding and subtracting and figuring it out. It's unfortunate that I'm about to say this, but it's true though. When you men think of things, you think of it in one person. You think of it what's best for you. What's easier for you. What's quicker for you. Okay. And I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm just letting ladies know that's what it is. And I want you men to understand that that's what it is. So if you start thinking, if we try to think the same way we, like if you put yourself in a woman's position and say, well, she is, like for instance, let me give you an example. When I go in the kitchen, my husband used to be angry that I would cook a couple of different meals. Like I may go in there, let's say I was making, if I go to make for, let's say Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is a big cook for me. Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter, because it's supposed to be family, right? I want to be able to sit down with my family, even if it's just my sons, me, and my grandson. Those days is family day for me, because that's how we were raised, right? And if I make a pot of gumbo, let's say I make gumbo, I realize that everybody in my household don't eat gumbo. Or how about this? Some people like one type of gumbo and another like another type of gumbo. Like my mother, when she came to visit, my mother is allergic to seafood. In my household, we eat gumbo, seafood gumbo. My mother was coming. She liked gumbo just like everybody else. She the one that taught me how to cook gumbo, right? And so I made gumbo for her too. Now this is gonna be chicken gumbo. My husband comes down, he sees 2 big ass pots on the stove cooking all night. He's like, what's going on? Well, I'm making gumbo. Why you make it 2? Oh, because I'm thinking in his mind, he think, oh, you just making gumbo. You're making gumbo, you're gonna do the stuffed bell peppers, you're gonna do the jambalaya, boom, 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 boom. Even if I do the jambalaya, I have to make a jambalaya that doesn't have shrimp in it. I know that now his reasoning is, well, you could have just made the one gumbo without the seafood. You could have just made one gumbo. Since your mom allergic to the seafood, just make the chicken gumbo. I said, yeah, but my mom like chicken gumbo with okra in it, and you don't like okra. See, I thought about everything. Yeah, I don't have boys. I thought about everything. I thought about everybody who likes what, when, and where. And my husband is like, boom, make one meal. And if they don't eat it, they don't eat. Y'all remember that? I remember hearing that type of shit. Make one meal, they don't eat it, you don't eat. You don't eat. But y'all know legally we can't do no shit like that when they're kids. I want my sons to eat. Why would I just make one thing that I know he's not gonna eat? He's not gonna eat it. So they can eat. So if I gotta cook, a couple of different meals, as long as I don't have no problem doing it, then I do it. You see what I'm saying? But my husband and you men, most of y'all are like, hey, this what you do, figure out what everybody like and just make it. Boom. And I'm like, that could be hard because you don't like okra. My mom like chicken in her okra, in her gumbo, chicken gumbo with okra in it, and then we got one of my sons, he don't even eat gumbo. We got, you know what I mean? It just get all over. But that's what I'm explaining. For men, it's a little different. We think differently. We do have a certain way we like to do things or handle situations. So that can lead to the back and forth that we see happening. Exactly, Sapase. Right. And but see, that's when you all get in relationships, if y'all really remember this and consider it before you argue, there will be no argument. Right now, I'm able to say to my husband, hey, I'm, the simplest way. Before it was a long thing. He's like, why are you making all of that? And I'm cooking for the house, or just make one thing. And and then I would go into that long spiel about this person not liking this, you not, especially when I tell him, well, you don't like this. When I'm associated with him, y'all, now he understands. Because when I told him I would make that chicken gumbo, but I'm gonna put that okra in it. And I'm like, you don't like okra? He was like, no, yeah, I don't like okra. Now he can understand how he would be, how you said, it would have something to do with what he like and don't like also. It has something to do with him. If I just make decisions, if I just got in the kitchen and just made whatever decision I wanted to make, just based on me and what I like, these motherfuckers will be mad because, see, I like things I haven't cooked in a while because nobody else eat it. Right? Greens. My husband don't eat greens, so I don't cook greens. Now, one of my sons will eat greens with me. How about cabbage? I love cabbage. I only cook cabbage maybe once a year during New Year's. That's because only me and my older son eat cabbage. You see? And so I feel like, okay, I go without cooking a lot of things. My husband don't eat okra stew. I love okra stew. I have not made okra stew in a long time. Now, let me tell you, I do trick him, and I will put okra in that gumbo. He don't be knowing, and he be loving it. And then I had to tell him years later, I'm like, babe, you do eat okra gumbo. He's like, no, I don't eat it. I don't eat okra. I don't eat okra. I said, but I've been, in the last 10 years, I've been putting okra in that gumbo, baby, and you been eating it. And he just looked at me like, you've been eating it. You've been eating it, baby. You know what I'm saying? Because I know he'll like it. There's some things I can't even get him to try. I can't get him to try the greens, and I can't get him to try my cabbage because when he was younger, he said he didn't like it. And I'm like, but I don't cook like your mama, baby. I'm not your mama. I'm big mama today, but I'm not your mama. And your mama can't cook. Your people can't cook, baby. I'm not them. You came way down south. You done found a woman from way down south in the boot, honey. Didn't you know? You didn't know you wasn't marrying your mama. If I can sneak him with some cabbage, I know he'll love it. I feel you, Bob. I cook for people who have, yes. You see what I'm saying? It's like that when we're women. What's going on, Jerome? I got a stream tomorrow. I need you to pull up. I'm gonna pull up. I saw that you have a stream, and I did hit the the set, what it's called, like when set reminder. Yeah, I hit it. Okay. Hell yeah, I'm coming to support Jerome. You know that, baby. Just remind me, is it tomorrow or it said 1:30, but I wasn't sure if it was PM or AM. I'm gonna have to look, but I did hit the set reminder, baby. I did hit the set reminder. He said, no mama cook slander. Everybody mama can't cook though, Sapa say. Yo, you look like you from the South. So if your mama from the South, then there we go. There you have it. And I'm not even saying women up north and east and coast and all that shit can't cook. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is, let me tell a story. Okay. I went to the people's place, not my people's, his people's. Went to a little family gathering. And, you know, some of the things I was used to eating during that time, you know, some macaroni cheese, you know what I'm saying? They had some greens, you know what I'm saying? And they had some other shit I didn't recognize, you know. But okay. I said, well, I know I'll taste this. How could you mess up this? How could you mess up? I know, man, I put a little macaroni cheese on the plate, put a little greens. Now remember, I said I haven't cooked greens. I don't cook greens and cabbage often because my family don't eat it. So I'm okay with not having it, you know. I'm cooking for a family. I'm okay with that. So when I get an opportunity to get it, I want to get it. I grabbed a little bit. And I'm gonna just have to say, I didn't know you could mess up macaroni and cheese, and I most definitely didn't know how you mess up greens or even. Let me tell y'all something. For you, those of you who might not know how to cook certain things, there's certain things that cook themselves. You know what I mean? Like they truly cook themselves. Like greens, cabbage, they make their own little water. You don't even have to add water. You could cut cabbage up, throw them in a motherfucking pot, put it on low. You know, you don't want the stick at the bottom. Maybe put a little oil at the bottom. You don't want the stick or something. And then put a lid on it. And bam, them bitches will cook. And at the end, you could throw some salt on them. And they still would be good. You know what I mean? They would be good. They would be edible. They would be good. People would be like, okay, they're cabbage. Okay? So I don't know how the fuck you mess it up. I don't know. I don't know how you can mess it up. Now, if you want to make it fire, you want to make your cabbage like bam, where motherfuckers be like, damn, where they melt in your mouth type of shit. That's when you go in and add them spices and seasoning and that meat. You add in that flavor and meat, you know, and shit like that. That's when you get that motherfuckers who gonna eat and suck off their fingers. You be like, they be looking on their fingers and shit. That's another level to them cabbage and them greens, baby. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm talking about. That's a whole nother level. That's a whole nother level. Somebody got your name? Wait a minute. Okay, somebody gonna take care of it. Girl, that's what they doing. They coming in, having fun, making names. They coming in, they getting crazy. You know the whole but let me see. Wait, I see a 0 behind that one. Let me see, y'all. Yes. Koja Malik, don't be telling the secret, but because a lot of people hate, they don't eat pork. But pork, you ain't even got to put the meat in. You just fry up it a little bit and get a little of that oil off of there and add that to that flavor, baby. It would it was just a whole fucking level to your food, baby. You see what I'm saying? Did you get the right one, Mother Earth? You got the right one, sis? I'm trying to see how you know the difference between them. It's getting crazy. It's getting crazy. Yeah. Okay. But check it out. Check it out. For those, I did not know I never knew that Black people, and I know that's a race, not a racist, but that's a kind of weird ass statement when you assume that most Black people know how to cook. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I figured that most Black people do know how to cook, especially if you make a dish and bring it to the party. You know, that's like me bringing some shit to the party and then everybody be like, "Puh, who made this?" People be begging me. People wanted to pay me to make dishes so they could bring my dish to their party. You see what I'm saying? Hey, remember what that was you brought to the party? What that's called? I said, oh, that was jambalaya. Ooh, girl, I'm going to a party or there's something going on at the church. Can you make me some of that so I can bring it to the church? They want to take credit on my shit. Smoked turkey is good too. You can put some smoked turkey. But Let's be a little real. Depends on what piece of the turkey. Depends on how the turkey was created. So I guess you smoked already. That's a nice flavor too. But I'm gonna be honest with you though. There is nothing that's gonna outbeat that goddamn pork. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Healthier, the healthier choice, and it still comes out nice and flavorful. That's smoked turkey. But if we was in a contest on whose was the best, and I put some pork in mine and you put some turkey in yours, it's something about, listen, pork is so motherfucking good. People putting that shit, wrapping it around. They put it in cake, wrapping it around sweets. You know, they putting bacon, they're sprinkling bacon on top of ice cream. This is another level of some shit that be like, God damn. It's a crime. Just gonna let you know, I'm sorry. Hey, listen, if I'm in a cooking contest and I find out everybody else they not into pork, I'm gonna win that bitch. I'm not even gonna lie. I ain't gonna have to do shit. I ain't gonna have to do all that going into sauteing this and that. I ain't got to do none of that. I know I'm gonna win straight off the goddamn meat that I put in it, the flavor. Boom. That's it. I won. Oh, baby. Oh, Jesus. Anyway, I did put the link. I'm gonna put it again and then I'm gonna pin it. Everybody's welcome to come up. So anyway, I hope if anybody have any questions. Listen, smoked ham hocks. Even smoked ham hocks is pork, right? Yep. Ham hocks, whether they smoked or not, is good. Smoked turkey is good though. I'm gonna be honest. And let me tell you, once you fry, which some people hate to do, frying a turkey it is so good. The problem with flavoring with turkey though is because it has no fat, and so it doesn't add a lot of flavor the way pork does. You see what I'm saying? But fried turkey, if y'all haven't tried fried turkey, make sure y'all try that shit. Okay, I'm gonna put the video back up because the holidays is coming. Me and my husband fried turkey. Of course, we're gonna fry one this year too. Okay. There is another way of doing it, and I may buy it because they fry them indoors now using something else. But I'm gonna be honest, I don't feel like I need to be buying no other shit. Look, she coming up to beat me up about my pork. I know it. But I'm not gonna listen. A piece of pork ain't never killed nobody, Mother Earth.
But wait a minute, Bomb, did you just challenge me to a cook-off?
Hell yeah. Wait a minute. Are you gonna use your turkey and I'm gonna use my pork?
I'm gonna use my turkey legs. I'm gonna throw some ham base, some bouillon cubes in there, crushed red pepper.
Wait a minute. So you gonna use some flavoring of the pork then?
Yeah, I still use the bacon grease and then the ham base, but I like the meat to be the turkey legs.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh yeah, no, not that. So that'll come out good. I mean, but we could do a challenge, if you want. But I thought it was gonna be you ain't.
No, I don't want that smoke. I don't want that smoke, Bomb. I don't want none of that.
No,
I don't see you make pasta from scratch, ice cream from scratch, cake. Listen, you got it. You got the crown.
No, I think I based on what you're saying, that turkey, that sounds good. I've had turkey before. I love turkey. Now I don't like, what turkey I don't like though? The regular turkey that I grew up on. I did not like turkey ever. That's that putting it in the oven bullshit and baking that shit and it'd be dry. That's why you gotta use that. What's that purple? What's that big can of what's that shit called during Thanksgiving? They spread it on the turkey. It looked like jello.
I have no idea. My family, they've been frying turkeys for the past few years.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, this we've been frying turkeys for probably the last 10 years, maybe. Probably a little longer. Because it's so good. When my mom came down to try it, and fell in love. She was like, oh my God. But she always liked turkey. But it's so juicy when you fry it.
Yes.
It's so
The only
good.
thing I don't like about turkey is the wings. Like every
Yeah.
time I get some, they are so tough. It don't matter how I cook them. I'd be like, what the hell is this? But I never have that issue with the leg.
Yeah. See, people used to bake it and bake it and bake it for hours and hours, and then it comes out, it look all pretty and shit, right? And then you cut in it, it's dry as fuck. I'm like, I used to be chewing on it forever and ever until I just spit it out and be like, okay.
It's turkey jerky.
Man, but then when we got into frying it, man, it's a big, big, big difference. I was like, damn, this shit. Like
Mhm.
one day I said he sliced it, right? And I
Mhm.
took a piece, gave me a piece. I was like, damn, this good. I said, give me another piece. He sliced it. Then he walked away and I started slicing. I was like, yeah. Damn
Man,
it.
you can't beat it. You
Oh,
can't beat it.
yeah.
I remember the first time we did fried turkey. I think it was like still too cold or something like that, and all the grease started boiling over and shit. But
Mm.
yeah, you got to make sure you're doing it the right way. But it comes out so good. And then if you get those Tony's injectables,
Oh, yeah.
oh
Yes.
my gosh,
Yes, yes, yes. You inject,
I'm
that's what
hungry
you.
already.
Yep, my video, I'm not sure if you ever seen it, but I had a video showing you how to do it. I injected, showed you how to put the injection under the skin and everything. Even put some butter in some spaces, cut some slits and put butter.
Yes,
And
I
and
just
then
did a chicken. I poured butter all over it, injected. I'm sorry, I can't cook. I be forgetting that I be telling people I can't cook.
no, I know you could cook. Over there.
No, I like to mess with the men when they come in here talking about can you cook or what did you cook? I can't cook. I ordered takeout.
See, that's why they be believing everything that come out of your mouth. Even when you joking, you could tell you're being facetious, all kinds of shit, and they'll be like, somebody will grab it and then go over there and
Listen,
girl.
Warren is still mad about me saying that we need to poison these niggas Hennessy and they weed. But he always leave out the fact that we were talking about abuse. And I was like, if a nigga abuse you, you can make him a special pie or you can poison his weed or his Hennessy. Like, ain't nobody about to take that mess from
I
nobody.
know that's right. But it's crazy that he just focused on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he
All the
must
shit
drink
he done
Hennessy.
said, telling people to suck him off and shit like that. And if somebody say, "Ooh, look, he told a woman to do this and do that, or a man to do this," and if I say, "Oh, look at him, he over there offering his penis to women," people would think I'm crazy. You know, the Nene wouldn't fall for it. The nigga anyway. Should I say? I gotta change her name in my phone to the nigga, man.
The nigga. But it was interesting. I didn't know that about her, that her dad raised her and she didn't
Mhm.
have her mom like close in her life.
Oh
So it,
yeah.
it does kind of make sense. And you were absolutely right. It takes a village to raise these children. Nobody can do it all by themselves. So yes, if you are blessed enough to have family, friends, neighbors, community around you, I say take advantage of that. Even if you do have two parents in the household, they still can't cover everything, especially if they both working like most people are.
Right. Hell yeah. Look, like I said, I had a neighbor. She was the one that I trusted, right? Because she used to watch her grandson. Well, I think it was a granddaughter at first, and then the grandson came. But she used to watch them get off the bus. They didn't live with her, but they went to school with her. So I think they were using her address. And so the mother would drop them off to her. She would put them on a bus. And every time I went out to the bus, she was there. And so we ended up catching a bond, creating a bond. And
Yeah.
then she said, "Hey, anytime you want, I'll watch them." When they go onto the bus. That gave me time, and I didn't have to get out of my bed to go out there and walk
Okay.
outside with them, because she was definitely gonna be there. When you're the grandmother, so there's levels to this shit, right? Which I noticed
by her being older, she was older than me. She the type who woke up in the morning. She was gonna definitely walk her kids, her grandkids. So it was an opportunity for me to be like, okay, Miss Marilyn gonna watch you. I know Miss Marilyn gonna make sure y'all good. Now I'm the grandmother,
Yep.
so of course I wouldn't rely on younger people to watch the kids. I would be the one who would volunteer. Look, I'm gonna be out here watching my grandkids anyway. If y'all want me to, I'll watch all the kids. You
I'm
see?
about to drop them off right now, Bound. When
Bring
Leaky
them over
coming
here,
over
shit.
again?
Yeah, look, they can come over. We're gonna cook. Look, I'm gonna have a bacon and making some ice cream. We're gonna do all fun. They're gonna always want to come over.
Girl,
I'm
my
waiting.
kids, they love doing that. I sometimes I have to remember that they actually just want to help and they want to learn because they be in the way. But
Yeah,
they
that's
just
what they
want to,
want
they
to.
be so interested and they want to help. So I be having to, it's gonna take me 2 hours to do something
Yeah,
that would have taken me 30, 45
30
minutes.
minutes. Right. I told you, Leaky be in here. I'd be like, God damn, Leaky. Right now, when I sold something, it take me a while. That's because he done came and rearranged shit. I'd be like, damn, where the button? Where the zippers? What is? I put it in a place and we could just come and move shit. I'd be like, God.
No,
Okay.
you literally have to change your whole damn life atmosphere area. I got this toy this toy rack and it has open like boxes so you can just separate the toys and they can go pick the dinosaurs or the sea animals or the action figures.
Mhm.
No, they need they shit closed up because guess what? Every time I come in the playroom, all the toys, they want to play with all the toys.
All the
So I had to
toys.
go get bins to separate the toys and keep them closed. And if they want to play with something, okay, we'll take that out, put this up. I'm like, okay, y'all ain't. I thought y'all was civilized, but children are not.
Girl, that order you want to keep, that shit is out the window with them kids. You're gonna just have to let them make the mess and then teach them how to clean it up. Eventually, when they get a little older, they're not gonna want to clean up, and therefore they're not gonna make mess. See, that's the lesson. They're gonna learn, well, I don't want to pick all this up. So let me stop making such a mess all the time.
I just have it put away and they can help clean up the stuff that they do have out. And if they want to play with something else, okay, we gonna put this up and get something else. And so that's been working so
Yeah.
far.
Yeah, and then you got two of them, so it's easier. Because
Mm-hmm.
it's a little easier since you got two. Because one help with the other, they'll play with each other. Sit
Girl,
with each other and watch TV. Do they watch TV a lot? Or no?
they like we don't have TV, but they have their tablets, so like they'll watch something on like Prime if I download it, and then they have their little apps and stuff that they play. But for the most part, they just be playing all day, running outside butt naked and shit. I'm so serious. Like my son, he realized how to open the door, so I had to get those doorknob guards. But
Oh
he
yeah.
realized how to open the door, and I have the Ring camera. So anytime a car goes by or anything, I get an alert on my phone. And so I'm in the kitchen a few days ago, and it's telling me there's motion in the front, and then it just kept going off. And I'm like, what the hell? I go outside, and my son is out there butt naked, climbing on top of the car. I'm like, boy.
That's boys for you. That's boys. Yes. They like to
Oh my
climb, man.
gosh. Oh my
That's
gosh.
boys. Yes.
So yeah, I just came up here to say hi, Bone.
Yeah, same to you. Thank you for coming. I'm
No.
gonna talk about history. I'm not sure if you heard Jamario had mentioned this. He had a dispute about why we shouldn't have history in schools. And so I'm gonna talk about that. And if you want to chime in, you could come back up if you want.
Yeah, I mean, go and get into it because history was one of my favorite subjects. Once I got into high school and they started going deeper into American history and world history, and that was actually one of the first college courses that I had ever taken. And I was in high school while I took that course. And so, yeah, I ended up sticking with it. I got my associates in political science, which is a lot of history. And now I'm working on my bachelor's with Americana Studies, which is a lot of history. So, I mean, anything, I feel like a lot of things are repeated. So that's why history is important. So
Right.
maybe it's boring to a certain extent, the way they teach it. And because it is whitewashed
Mhm.
generally when you're going to school and learning about it, but history is everywhere and it's expansive. It's so much. And I
Yeah.
feel like it's important. So
It's very important, but I know why some people, I just don't understand how Black people though, like Jamario, but I understand why some people are now against history because they don't want a certain history. See, they're not against all of history. They just want a moment, one little incident, that long moment of slavery. That's the part they're against. But if they start talking about who created this and who discovered that and da 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 da, da, yeah, they want to teach that.
right, they into it. Or
Yeah,
just
they
like
into.
I think I was listening to this conversation on this channel called The Argument League. And it's
Mhm.
like it's a bunch of men, it's a few women, verbal, she be over there giving them people the work. But
Oh shit, y'all got. I need to come and listen to that.
yeah, let me drop the link. But it was a conversation where they were talking about, protection of the community and Black men coming together to actually do something against systematic oppression and white people and whatever. And so somebody said there's been, I think it was Nyla. Nyla was like, it's never happened. There's been nothing done in the past 10 years. And so this guy, he starts talking about the 1600s when the slaves was having rebellions. That's when they like history, when they want to gaslight somebody about what's going on right now. See, now that is an issue that I have. You cannot live through the past and try to act like that's what's going on right now. It's kind of like how when people, they may have had like somebody influential in their family who was the first this or they invented that, but you ain't done nothing since they did something. So why you keep bringing it up?
And you know what's weird about it? They mention that as if Black men
baby.
did that by themselves, but the people who was in the house, they rarely ever had a man in the house. Even though they're showing that in the movies now, these Black movies, Black men were not in the house. So guess who was sharing the information that was necessary for some of these things to happen?
Yep, the women, because they were the
women.
teachers too.
Right.
Well, at least we not forget that.
That's right. They was, when they showed that movie, that's the thing I hated when they show movies like that one dude did. He made it seem like it was the black men was coming up with the plan. I didn't see a woman nowhere near him. He
What movie you
also
talking
made it
about?
seem, remember it came out like a couple of years, maybe about 4 years ago.
You talking about Hidden Figures?
No. It's a slave movie when they did that, when they went and killed them white people in their sleep and shit. And then they got caught.
Birth of a Nation. Nat
Yeah, Birth
Turner.
of a Nation. Yes. You see how the story was about Nat Turner, and therefore they made it mostly nothing but men. I saw the movie. I didn't see women being important to it, except for he had a wife, right? I think it was his wife. I'm not sure if they got married or not. But other than that, though, they made it seem like he learned to read, even though he did learn to read, but they didn't really teach who taught him to read. Who taught Nat Turner to read? Why do they think that he just learned to read? They didn't teach. It was usually a white woman who would teach a Black woman. And then the Black woman would teach the Black man.
Because she was handling all the business for the white woman. Or I can't remember who it was, but I think he grew up with Thomas Jefferson. I think it was Benjamin Banneker. But because he grew up and he was basically his slave as a child had a child slave. Can you imagine? But because he went with him through school and carried his books and did all, he was picking up everything that Thomas Jefferson was learning as well. So but that was just a different a different scenario. But yeah, it's definitely the education was coming from the women. And I
Right.
think that's part of why online, at least, I hear when men are saying that they don't care about women's education and things like that. I think it might be some type of resentment because maybe they weren't the ones that were entrusted with learning how to read and write and different things like that, and weren't the ones who could teach others. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
You get what I'm
They
trying to
do
say?
have a resentment. That's why they saying, who cares about your education? It's a resentment. And you know, the reason they didn't trust them is mainly because they knew it was dangerous. Why would you get this strong person all of this knowledge, right? This man who they were making you stronger, allowing you to be strong because they needed you to be strong. But they definitely didn't want you to learn anything. They didn't want you to know how to read no maps, read. They didn't want you to know none of that.
Right, because
If it
knowledge
wasn't
is
for that
power.
Bible, yeah, even if it wasn't for him, Nat Turner learning how to that Bible and shit, they would have killed him when they found out he knew how to read.
But he was allowed to preach and different things like that. But and
Right.
see, that's another thing. It's not like the women who gained education or learned how to read and different things like that weren't passing those things back down. So I still really don't understand it. I'm trying to, but I still really don't understand it because Black women in history have always reached back and given back and done things for their communities, their families, their churches, their neighborhoods, whatever the case may be. So I don't know.
They've done a lot just to keep their sons and husbands safe. When they really go into the history, you know, when you hear from the real people, the slaves, you know, your grandparents who had somebody who was closely a slave, and you will hear the women always pass shit down. They didn't allow the men nothing. You didn't have access to the white woman. They wanted to keep you far, far away, right? So I'm shocked that even who you said his when he went to school, I'm shocked that they had a boy following him instead of a woman following him to school. You see what I'm saying? Because normally they would have a woman. She's there for everything. It's almost like she breastfed him, and now he's going to school and she's walking into school and, you know, making sure that everybody got what they need. So when you said that it was a man, a boy who was following him, was he a boy younger than him? Maybe that's what it was. Was he younger than the?
He may have been younger than him, but from what I remember, they were the same age. They were around the same age, but I'm
Maybe
not
they were
really clear on
friends.
that.
Okay, because you
No,
know
his father owned him.
No, that's what I'm saying. But you know they would be friends.
And they were friends. Yeah, they were kind of like friends. And then Benjamin Banneker ended up surpassing him intellectually to the point where he was able to write the first almanac, I believe. I might be getting my Black history facts mixed up.
Okay. Yeah, I'll look it up. But why did we become the enemy? And it's easier for us to become the enemy when men want us to become the enemy, when these niggas want us to become the enemy. But in truth, you'll find that we was beneficial to everything they've done. When they say we built this, well, when you was building that, there was a woman somewhere making your life easier, making sure that you didn't get lynched. See, these men don't even understand. If white people wanted to, even in the 60s, baby, they wanted to pick a Black man up in the South who was walking alongside the road and lynch his ass, nothing was done about it. People, there's so many families whose sons just never made it home, and there was nothing that they could do about it. You know, we lucky
they literally on their way home, probably from seeing their children or something like that, and picked up off from the side of the road. That's how a lot of them chain gangs was built, because they were literally just picking people up for whatever. Oh, you talking too loud. Oh, do you have a job? Why you out at this time? Whatever. Oh, I'm gonna make up a lie and say you stole this. So and it was the women. It was the women who were writing letters to the president to the jails, to the counties and different things like that. Hey, my brother went missing, my father, my husband, whatever the
Yeah.
case may
My
be.
child, you know, she got to go crying and begging, please, sir, my son, he's my only
Mhm.
son, you know, and she got to go do that, pleading just to make sure, you know, to see if she can get some help, you know.
And see,
But
that's why history is important, because they must have forgot.
they must have forgot. Or they did like Jamario said, they threw their books away because they didn't want to learn. And now Jamario think that history not important. The reason you think it's not important is because you never learned it. And I'm glad you up here because I would like to know, like I think I mentioned that some of these men, I hear them say if they got certain degrees and they think that the degrees is worthless. And I'm like, they
Mhm.
don't know the avenues in which, so you going for a degree that has history involved. What kind of jobs, like you said, and things like that, what kind of jobs can you get with what you have so far and what you're still moving towards?
Like the general stuff is like maybe an activist, or somebody who is involved in nonprofit organizations, something political, different things like that. A teacher. Those are like the top careers for Africana studies. I'm actually double majoring. My other major is in human development and family studies, and sometimes those people can become psychologists, counselors, different things, family therapists, different things like that. And I basically just want to have like a community center, but I want to build a skeleton for that so people can copy that if they want to do something like that in their communities.
Okay.
So yeah, it is a lot of history.
Yeah. Have you thought about, because you're doing it now, like starting your community center? Because if you have it's really like I didn't even have to know history to build a community center. You just have to
Oh yeah,
find the
no,
grant money.
I'm really just doing this because I can and I want to,
Yeah,
and I
right.
want to be able to show my children that I did it. So
Yeah.
it's
I
not
think we need them.
necessarily just getting it so I can go do that. No, I'm definitely working right now on I'm working right now on getting some legislation together to help women and their children who are trying to flee from domestic violence and different things like that, since that's something that China White tried to make fun of me about. Now I'm just going to use that to help other women and their children. So thank you, China.
Thank you, China. Everybody say thank you, China.
Thank you, China.
China. It's sad.
So yeah, no.
Oh
I
man,
get it when they say like you don't need education. I get how some people mean it, but at the same time, no, you should always be learning. It's always something to learn.
right. Like I learned some shit, and I know they probably taught me this in school, but you know how some of us we learn differently. I was looking at the History Channel this weekend. I think it was Sunday, may have been Monday. Girl, no telling. Days fall, they blend together for me. Anyway, and they was talking about the steel company. They made it like a story, and they gave characters names, and then you were seeing, even though they was narrating, they still was showing you these people, you know. And I was like all in thrive. It was like as if it was a movie, but it was the truth. It was true history. It was showing how these men were devious and how, you know, some of them were like, I think it was the steel company. So it was a guy, the train company, right? The what they call it, not the train company. What is it called? The trains. What do they call it? Railroad? Okay, railroad. So it was the railroad, and it was explaining how these railroads started building, right? I think it had something to do with somebody wanting to connect the world together, our country, and they had to build a bridge across the water. They had to go across the Mississippi to be able to connect us to each other. See, I didn't know all of that, right? I didn't know at one point, there was one time where even though we was in the United States, we were separate, and it was hard to get to one another unless we got on a boat or some shit like that.
Mhm.
See, when I think of boats, I think of the Titanic. I think of that's coming from another country. But in here in the United States, you have to sometimes get on a boat just to get to the other side to cross the
Yep.
Mississippi until they start building bridges and shit like that. But anyway, long while back, I was looking because I think I might be mixing up two things that I saw at the same time.
You sound like me. You sounded like me now.
Yeah, it started getting mixed up because I watched the History Channel the whole day, and then I started watching something about the bridges. So I think I'm getting them confused. But anyway, but it was the watching it instead of reading it in a book. I'm not the reading book type. I need the
Mhm. More
I'm visual, right?
Yeah.
Or at least give me a storyline that my mind can follow and I can
Mhm.
envision it. Even if I don't see it in front of me for real, I can envision it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for me to sit down and they say in in 1985, so and so invented this, and this is what he did, and he started this and that and that and this steel mill and that you asked me to remember that date. I don't know that date. What the fuck?
Yeah, I can barely remember how old I am. So
Yeah, I know that. Yeah,
I'm gonna need
yeah, I
some
know.
notes.
Girl,
Some
y'all
notes.
probably hear me say shit like my kids are this age, and then the next day you hear me say my kids are that age. You might hear me say I'm 51 to I might be 52.
Oh my gosh. But you know what that just reminded me of when you were talking about the railroads. A story that they told us and they made it fun was about John Henry. And he was supposed to be like super strong and super fast, the most powerful Black man helping build the railroads. And another thing is they try to tell us that it was the Asians, the Chinese who built the railroads. No, that was the Black people,
Yeah,
mainly
Black
Black
people.
men.
Mm.
But now you just made me think like they glamorized that story of John Henry, but really the truth is he was probably in prison
Mm.
unjustly and forced to build a railroad, and they made it like this fairy tale type thing.
Right.
That's
You know why?
crazy.
So people like my grandfather who worked for the railroad, right? There was Black men dying working for the railroad. That was dangerous work, you know. We all look at it like when you think of the railroad today, you think you must have worked on the train. But no, they were building fucking train. They were building the fucking railroad. At one point, the
Exactly.
railroad didn't have steel, so it was wood and I forget what the rail was made of, but then when they came up with these steel, that's why it was
They were
connected. The
they were
railroad,
harvesting metals mainly in Alabama and Georgia, and guess who was harvesting that? And so yeah, they were using what they could, and then once they started getting all, that's why those states down there are so rich. Them old white people down there are so rich, they made money off of that.
yeah, they
Still
made they
still
showed
making money off of it.
hell yeah, free labor, and even when they was paying people, they was ripping each other up. Like they told
Mm-hmm.
the story about like I said, the railroad with the steel and how they came together making money off each other because now steel can, they could build the railroad better and more efficient. They was able to transport what it was that they were if I figure out what they was transporting something, and that's why they all came together. But they didn't come together together. They came together making money off of one another. And then
Right.
somebody wanted to take over. Like one guy would go to another rich guy to get help to take over another guy because he helped
Right. They
kill his
buying out
buddy.
people. Yep.
Yeah, man,
Mm-hmm.
and now you look at what's going on with us. This is why history is important. Because now we see what's going on with Facebook, right? Or why you understand why monopolies are so bad. How people could come in and use you for free labor. A lot of y'all doing free labor today. If you making less than a
Yep.
living wage, that is free fucking labor.
Listen, Bomb, I don't even scan my own damn groceries at the store no more because I'm like, they ain't paying me for this shit.
I know that's right. They had us doing that. They have us doing their job and they making their money. The prices didn't go cheaper. See, it would have been
Oh, the
one thing.
prices done went up.
Yeah, if the prices that went cheaper and they said, look, they got a store called Save a Lot. And the reason Save a Lot was
Oh yeah,
had
we
such
got one here.
yeah, And in the beginning, Save-A-Lot was cheap as fuck. Now they up there with Walmart though. So there was one time when you could go and get some canned goods. I'm not even lying. They were costing cents. Like I think I was paying something like 12 cents for a canned good. Now it's 99 cents to $1 something in Walmart. But they used to be like I said, real cheap. And the reason they said they were saving costs, because you had to supply your own bags, you know what I mean? Or buy bags. And then also, you could tell the type of products. It wasn't name brand. But when Walmart opened them lands where you got to scan our own shit and the prices went up, motherfucker, what? I'm not scanning this shit in. If you reduce them goddamn prices, I would scan my own shit, bag my own shit, take my own shit, all that, you know what I mean? But
Right.
or-
Like, give me an incentive, give me a discount or something. But for
Right.
me to wait, first I'm gonna wait in the line to scan my own stuff. No, y'all got me messed up. Y'all got me messed up.
That's called free labor. They was happy to put in all those goddamn self-serve registers. You see how many they put in? They didn't just put in 1 and 2. Them motherfuckers put in a whole line of them.
Yes, it's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of them, and on both sides of the store.
Oh my God. And we don't,
got
and
me
people
messed
not
up.
looking. Yeah, they think, oh, they did this for us. No, they did that for them. They don't need to hire no new people
Mhm.
to
That
deal
nobody,
with
they was already not doing their damn job. Now they there just standing there in the middle of the aisle while everybody scanning their stuff. I'm like, no, that's not what we doing. See, I'm that
Yeah.
person. I'll have my cart of stuff, and guess what I do? I go straight to the jewelry counter. I need to check out.
Oh God, that is, I've done that before. I'm like, look, I'm not standing in long as line. I don't have many things. Can you check me out? And they'll tell me no, and
Today.
then I'll be like, look, I need somebody to check me out. This register should be tended. What the fuck you
It's
got to
so
register in
bad,
these
too.
areas?
I
Yeah.
was doing Instacart earlier this year, like doing the grocery shopping and delivering it. And people can make pretty good money with that. So if anybody's like looking for, another stream of income, you can make about 25 an hour doing that. But sometimes I would go to the store like Kroger or something like that, and it's nobody on a register. And certain orders, it tells you cannot use self checkout with this. I had got into it with the dude because he trying to play me like I'm dumb. I said, I need somebody to open up a register. He was like, oh, well, you might have to wait. I said, okay, well, then I'll have to wait, but I can't do it. Well, if it's Instacart, sir, you cannot tell me how to do my job. I know what the hell. Can you call your manager so they can come down here and open up a register or no? Because if not, I already finished this shopping. I can cancel this job and I'm gonna get paid because y'all are not doing your job.
They gonna lose the money.
Because
Yeah.
Kroger has a deal. Yes, baby. Kroger has a deal with Instacart now. I don't know if y'all know that. Kroger and King Super, stuff like that. So yeah, they be on it.
Yeah. They got to make certain things available,
Chocolate milk. You want some chocolate milk?
Oh man.
That's what, oh yeah, you had me thinking about laughing to myself earlier too, because when you were talking about how the different family members, different kids, they don't eat that, husband don't eat that, mama don't eat that. So you find yourself making a bunch of different things. And I said, I feel like a short order chef sometimes because my daughter, sometimes she just will not eat anything that I'm trying to make for the house. I be having to make her own little things. And even my son sometimes his own little things. And then even me, I got to the point I was like, I'm not gonna be like my parents or other people who was like, that's it. If you don't eat, then you're gonna be hungry. You're like, because I wouldn't do that to myself. If I have a taste for something, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna whip it up. So I got you, little baby.
Yeah, and the men, The men don't think that way because they only thinking about themselves. But if you make them something, if you make something that they don't like, then they looking at you like a crazy, like, you know, I don't eat this. Be like, but you told me to make one meal. So I decided on making one that most of us like. You know what I mean?
That's what you tell them. Well, if you don't eat, then you just gonna be hungry.
That's right. You go hungry.
Oh, they would look at you like you disrespected them. Oh my gosh! And you had me rolling when you said you was sneaking okra in the gumbo when your husband.
My husband been eating okra gumbo for years, girl. Didn't even know it.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Girl,
did
and
that.
I was shocked. He didn't know because you could see the okra right there. Like he ain't never, but you know, you look down, he would see pieces of green, but he probably thought it was the seasoning, you know, the
Mhm.
bell peppers and shit. But
Bell
no,
peppers, yeah.
but my bell peppers cook up. You can't see none of that stuff in none of our meals. Like we
No.
chop it up and then it cooks up. We saute it. So
Not
even though I use
Bomb, not you tricking him like you did Leaky to take his medicine.
oh yeah, good.
Oh my gosh, that
gotta
was so
trick-
funny.
You got to trick the babies into taking medicine. Be like, look, you want some candy? You want some juice? Look, you want some juice? They got, and I act like I'm drawing up some juice in a little syringe. Be like, look, this is little juice. Look at that boy, so smart. You got to trick him, and then you still got
My
to fight
son
him.
ain't going. My son ain't going. He had his tonsils removed a couple years ago, his tonsils and his adenoids. He was snoring so bad that he would stop breathing in his sleep sometimes. And I had to fight the doctor because she was trying to gas me like I didn't know my son would stop breathing in his sleep. She's like, oh, it could have been a cold and his tonsils might still be swollen. Just give it a couple weeks. I said, no, this is not regular, lady. All you have to do is sign a paper to give me the referral to the ENT people, ear, nose, and throat. Why are you playing with me right now? Sign the damn paper. Give me my referral. I'm not playing with you. I'm not waiting no 2 weeks for my son to stop breathing for 2 weeks. You got me messed up.
No,
I really had to talk to her like that because she was trying to push me off and oh no, just go home and deal with it. No, the hell, do your job. So
Right.
he ended up getting his surgery. Everything went okay.
So they saw what you saw. They did see the
blocker,
blockers, right?
Yeah, once he went to the ear, nose, and throat doctor, they said he had severe obstructive sleep apnea and that he was losing like 90% oxygen when he would stop breathing.
Oh my God.
And I said, no, I didn't have to be a doctor to tell you that shit.
Damn.
I said, well, but thank you for confirming what I felt in my gut. I knew something was wrong with my baby. And so he ended up going through the surgery and he had to be on Tylenol afterwards. It's really painful after you get your tonsils and adenoids removed. That boy would not take that medicine. I had to give him like a little bit of the Tylenol and then I used a little bit of CBD oil. And so that was like a rough 2 weeks, but yeah, because he was not going for that medicine. He was not.
Yeah. And how they be knowing? Because sometimes they put flavor. They could put flavor in the medicine.
I tried all the grape, the cherry, the bubble gum,
He just didn't want
different brands. He literally would like start gagging. Even when I tried to mix it in juice, he was like, I know you trying to trick me. I try to give him some with the medicine mixing it. I don't want it, mommy. I don't want it. I don't like it. I don't like it. He too.
Girl, they so smart.
You tell me that in a minute. I don't want it, mommy. I don't like it.
They so smart these days. You know what I mean? They just so smart.
They got smarter too through the panorama. The babies done got smarter and stronger and everything.
Yeah.
I believe it. Is Leaky going trick or treating?
Yeah, his dad gonna take him.
He already got what he gonna be?
Batman.
Oh Lord.
Girl, he had on a little costume. He bought it this weekend past and he put it on him. It was so cute. It looked like this woman here had the muscles in the stomach, girl. They were
Right.
like, damn.
That's how my son be. He got the Hulk, Black Panther, Spider-Man, and then the Spider-Verse Spider-Man. He has all those
Wow.
costumes and he wants to wear them all the time, everywhere we go. I took him to the park the other day and it was other kids dressed up in like some Star Wars stuff. Child, they was play fighting and acting like they was shooting each other. I was like, oh my gosh, my son found other little nerds.
Oh man. And they should be having fun like that, you know?
Yes, they was having
Outside.
so fun. It was so cute to me.
Yeah. You gotta make play dates with the mothers. You gotta be, hey, you know, that's what the white people do. They be like, would you like to have a play date? And you know, which is good for the kids sometimes, you know, and y'all get together and y'all be in the might be drinking wine and shit while the kids and
Yep, I'm be like, don't die. That's it. Go have fun. That's the
Yeah.
number one rule. Don't die. All
don't
right
die.
now.
We're gonna be right here watching, but we're gonna be drinking this little, you know, the cider, the spice cider or something.
This is mom. I tell because they always trying to see what's in my cup because my cup is different from their cup. I'm like, no, mommy, can I have some? No, this is an adult beverage. This is for mommy. So I do that. I have to do that with my coffee and my wine. If it's mommy, you drinking coffee? Is that an adult beverage? Yes, baby.
Yep.
Yes.
See, that's how I trick Leaky. Leaky wanted an adult beverage. So I decided to put the medicine in my cup and say, would you like some of my mom's adult beverage? Yeah. There you go.
I bet you he ain't asked you no more.
No, he didn't ask for no more.
They catch
But
on quick, I tell you that.
Yes,
when it's
they
something they
do.
don't want to do, they catch
Yeah.
on real quick.
But you know, that's how I made sure my kids didn't drink beer. That's why they're not into alcohol. Because my husband used to drink a lot of beer back then. And I just knew them watching him, they would end up being teenagers wanting to have a beer with daddy. So
Yeah.
I didn't when they had pinworms. I don't know how kids get pinworms. I'm not even sure if they call pinworms, but I know they're little worms in your butt and they itch at night.
It can come from the park or different things. I thought my kids had them one time, but it was rice in his diaper.
Oh, okay. So and they tiny. So I'm not sure, but because I used to I would go in with a Q-tip to test because when they tell me their butt itching, right? Go in with a Q-tip, little tiny. But anyway, and then in the morning, that's when you could catch them, see them more, or at night.
Yeah,
I don't know why
they come out at night. The doctor told me when I thought that they had pinworms, they said put tape on the butthole, put their diaper or their underwear on, and let them go to bed. And if there's anything on that tape, that's another way to check.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So what I did, they had pinworms, and my grandmother, I remember my mom telling me, you know, that they gave me beer because the yeast in the beer kills them. So I gave them, I gave them medicine. I told them it was medicine, but they saw me pour beer. They saw me use their daddy beer, and I said, "Here goes some medicine," and I had them take it. And they drunk it. They didn't like beer. Is nasty. When you first drink beer, it's the nasty.
Yeah, it's kind of bitter.
Yeah, it's terrible. And so people end up liking it because they just get used to it, but it's really disgusting for real. So I give it to them and they like, ew, ew, ew. I'm like, yeah, take it all. It's medicine. They take it and they don't like beer still today. And their mind is medicine.
I'm gonna need you not to have this beer slander up here. I'm gonna need you to come to Colorado and check out some of our breweries because the creativity that I have seen with beer is amazing. Like I had this one and it was like lavender and lemon flavored. So good. And there was another one that was like tangerine cream.
You can't
Some
find
people
that
don't
shit in
like
the liquor
fruit. And
store.
yes, you yes, you can.
can?
If you go down the beer aisle, it has to be like a liquor store that has different options outside of what Corona, Bud Light, stuff like that.
Oh, I
But if
didn't
you go to
know.
like a bigger liquor store, they'll have so many more options. And you have your ales, you have your IPAs, you have your porters. It gets deep. It gets deep.
Oh, see, I didn't know. You know, all I saw is my grandmother drinking whatever flavor she drunk all her life, and then my dad, whatever type he drunk. Then my husband, he had his own type, and he changed only twice in the whole time I known him. He stopped drinking. You know, when I left him, and he promised not to drink anymore. And when I came back, he ain't drink since.
I know
Stop
that's
cold
right.
drinking. Hell yeah, girl. That's what
I
I'm
couldn't
saying.
get my ex to stop drinking. He ain't think he had a problem. He said, "What's wrong if I want to drink every day?" I'm like,
Mm,
nigga, that's not normal. I don't like
yeah.
you drunk all the time, sir. Well, I'm not an angry drunk, but you're drunk.
Girl.
Oh my gosh, your eyeballs, the white of your eyes is yellow, sir. Cut it
Yeah.
out.
When they faced with certain options, sometimes some of the men will change, but some of them won't. You know what I mean? Some of them hard headed. But my
Yeah.
husband, he look, I was gone. We was gone. We was gone, girl. We was gone for 3 months without him even knowing that we wasn't coming back. That's how much he was drinking. And it was just beer. There wasn't no alcohol, but beer is alcohol.
You can
Fuck
get
that.
drunk off of beer. They have some beer that's like 9-10% alcohol. So yeah, you
Yeah.
have a couple of those and you feeling real nice.
Girl, we left in December, right?
Mhm.
We left in December. We were there in Louisiana for Christmas. We were still in Louisiana for Mardi Gras. Mardi Gras that year wasn't until March. My husband called me the week before Mardi Gras, and he was like, "Hey," because he would call. He would call, you know, and talk to the kids. He would call and talk to me, but it was just normal. How y'all doing? We good. You good? Yeah, you good. Okay, I had no problem with
Mhm.
that. Then all of a sudden, he called one day. He said, "Hey, when you were coming back home?" And I said, "What you mean?" He said, "I went to wash my clothes and I realized the only clothes in the house were mine." I said, "Dude, you don't remember bringing us to the airport?" I said, "You don't remember me throwing out all kinds of shit? Like if everything that was ours, we either took or we gave it away. We threw it away or gave it to donation." And he drove us
Wasn't
to the
playing no
airport.
games.
I was like, he was right there. But I knew that he didn't know what was going on. He thought we were just going away for Christmas. But then he still didn't notice we were gone for 3 months. Kids that started school in Louisiana and everything. Talking about when y'all coming back home. I said, we are home. We home. So I'm looking for a place right now. If it wasn't for Katrina, I probably wouldn't have went back. You know,
Mhm.
Katrina had done already hit, and therefore it was hard finding a place to live, girl. It was hard as fuck.
Yeah.
And I was getting tired of living in my mama house. That's one of the reasons I came back. I was like, damn, you know, how long I can be here? Am I going? And he
Mhm.
promised me no more drinking. I was like, I said, look, I don't want our kids going through this shit. Like he wasn't a mean drunk. In fact, he was still a good father and everything. It was just that he
Mhm.
would pass out from drinking, right?
Right.
Like one time I went to the emergency, I had to call 911 to come get me. Then people came into the house. My husband was sitting on the couch sleep. They
The whole
dropped me.
time.
They put the thing around the cuff on my arm, took my blood pressure, all that, wheeled me out, and he never moved, girl. And they asked
That's
me, "Is he
scary.
okay?" Yes, they asked me, "Is he okay?" And I had to. I left the kids. I said, "Yeah, look, I would have an excuse for him." I said, "Yeah, he just sleep. He worked all day." I said, "And he gonna
Mhm.
be there to watch the kids because they want to know why he didn't bring me." You know, why,
Hmm.
like why they came to get me. He could have probably brought. I'm like, yeah, my kids upstairs sleep. He gonna stay here with the kids. And
Yeah.
girl, in the morning, he would call my phone saying, "Where are you?" I'm like, "Dude, I'm in the ER. Can you come get me?" You know, I'm telling you, "Can you come get me? Where you at?" "I'm at the hospital." "You don't remember them coming
Mhm.
get me last night?" "Nope." That's that fear. If you
Mhm.
that far gone, then that's a problem.
Right. You ain't got to do all of that. And
Mm.
some people, they just don't have it in them to have, one shot, a couple beers, and put it down. They want to go to the limit, and that's how one of my exes were. I don't blame you. I would have taken my children out of that shit too. I don't want to be around that. I'm glad that he got better, because it really is an addiction. Alcohol addiction is really real, and a lot
Yeah.
of people have they've seen a lot of increases of people dealing with alcohol. They call it alcohol addiction or alcoholism. And a
Mhm.
lot of people started talking about it more since the lockdown, because people started drinking more at home, nothing to
Mhm.
do,
Right.
drinking. And then drink alcohol, it turns into sugar. So it's not really good for us, especially when you consume it in excess. So yeah, a lot of people, they have in Americans, they suffer with alcoholism a lot, and a
Yeah.
lot of deaths are connected to
With alcoholism.
alcoholism, whether it's alcohol poisoning, issues with the liver, or other bodily functions and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So I mean,
You
I'm
know,
all for people getting the help that they need. The VA actually even has a program where you can go for 30 days if that's something that you need. Some people can do it on their own, and good
yeah,
for you. But if you do need something and you are a veteran, there are resources available.
yeah. And let me tell you, his drinking comes from the military. And so every day was a competition. How many can he drink today? I remember when it was a true competition. You would see how many he could stack up. And one time, he was drinking so many that the shit was, when he stacked them up, they was to the ceiling.
Girl, I believe it, because I remember being around some GIs one time, and if they would finish a beer, they would call it a fallen soldier, and they would say, "How many fallen soldiers? How many fallen
Hmm.
soldiers you got to this person or that person?" I
Yeah,
believe it. Drinking and smoking cigarettes is something that is common in the military. I never
yeah,
smoked a cigarette until I joined the army,
yeah.
and because I was bored. I was bored. I was in AIT at the time. My AIT was 6 months.
Well, what was your job?
Out Common ground station analyst,
Uh-huh.
geospatial analyst. So basically, we looking at maps, we looking at the borders of
Yeah,
different areas. We doing
right.
helicopter landing zones, ingress, egress routes, all kind of stuff. Dealing with the topo guys and different things like that. So
Yeah,
it was
that's
6 months
cool.
long.
Yeah, that's long.
Um,
Yeah.
it was cool though. I like it. It was basically playing with Google Earth.
Yeah, but y'all had Google Earth. You see, but there was no Google Earth when I was in. But
Right, but they taught us it without Google Earth,
right, that's
mind
what I'm
you.
saying.
They
Yeah, you
taught us
learned
it
the
the
right
old
way,
school way.
the old
Yeah,
school way. That's right. If you
yeah,
gotta look at a map and you could figure terrain out and everything. Yeah,
yes.
my AIT was, I think it was 8 months.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness. What was your MOS bomb? I
I was a
never
medic.
knew.
Yeah, I was a
Oh my,
medic, like my husband.
I
Mhm.
never knew that.
Yeah, girl, we had them long AITs, girl.
Yes, that's what people be getting married and stuff in AIT because they be there for so long.
I know. Somebody asked me to marry him. I was in AIT, but even though I knew him before, but see, that's the nigga I was getting away from. Why would I marry his ass? Why would
Not
I?
him
The reason,
following you to AIT.
girl, he came to my graduation for basic, and then he came to my graduation for AIT, and then when I was at duty station, that's when he asked me to marry him, and that was weird because by the time he asked me to marry him, I was dating my husband, my now husband. Um,
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's why he asked me to marry, because I kept calling him Mark. And I kept saying, oops, I'm sorry. But see, Mark was at my duty station. So I was seeing him every day. And this was somebody who would just come and visit from home. And remember, I ran from him because I
Right,
knew it
because
was
he
a
was trying
trap.
to get you pregnant.
Right. It's a whole fucking trap. I'm shocked this nigga just showed up. He showed up and like
He
I
was
was
stalking you, Bomb.
yeah, girl. He showed up and now here it is. I gotta get him, and on post they had the hotel, and you get a discount if you
Mm-hmm.
what they call what they
The
call it, God,
lodge or something like that.
it was called something else, but it's an on post hotel. Kind
Mhm.
of for usually when you bring family and things like that. But it's real cheap if you're active duty. Real cheap.
Yep, because
So
sometimes if you PCS in and you got a family, you got to stay in there for a little while they
yeah,
get housing ready.
right. And they're nice, they're nice setup and everything, got a kitchenette and everything. Anyway, he comes out of the motherfucking blue, showing up and shit. And here it is. I'm like, okay. But he was prior military. He had gotten out when we were dating. No, he got out and that's when I met him. He had just ETS out when I met him. This nigga wasn't letting me go. So I'm calling him Mark and I'm like, oops, I'm sorry. Like I'm calling him Mark for a long time. And then one day he got pissed off.
Was you doing it on purpose?
No, it was just coming out. I was because I was around Mark so much and it was funny. I'd be like, oh, Mark, you so, and then so here is Harold, and I'm calling Harold Mark. And he was putting up with that shit until one day he was like, why you keep calling me? Who is this Mark dude? I'm like, well, yeah, that's my boyfriend. I'm like, well, I
you
gave
ain't
you a
know?
ring. Yeah, I'm like, you ain't know. I've been calling you Mark for months. You just showing up and shit. What you think? I didn't get a chance to practice calling you Harold, nigga.
Nigga, I don't even like you like that.
I left because of him. Like I didn't have to leave. Like I could have ended up, staying with him. He had his own apartment, he had his own car, he had everything. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But when that nigga mentioned why you ain't pregnant yet, as he taking me back to my mama's house early in the morning after everything we just done, and nigga, now you telling me you trying to get me pregnant? What
The
in
devil.
the holy fucking shit?
The devil. See,
Girl,
that's some controlling, abusive, weird shit, but it explains why he was still stalking you because he wasn't right from the beginning.
Yeah. They're gonna talk about we'll have pretty kids. Nigga,
Sir,
what
please get the whole entire fuck up out of here.
Thank you. What in the fuck is that? And then they'll claim that it's the women they're looking for pretty kids. I'm like, oh, and you men not? Because I had a nigga trying to set me up for real. You know what I mean?
Right. They don't want to hear about them stories. And even what Big JX calls him Pearl from 227, but Reg the bad guy, he did a stream like a week or so ago, and it seemed like he was bothered by the fact that California has now made it a crime if you take the condom off without your partner's consent or knowledge. But that's what men have been doing for a long time. Women consenting to having sex, they're protecting themselves, and men and women have poked holes in condoms, and men will take the condom off in the middle of sex to try to have unprotected sex with a woman, whether it's them trying to get them pregnant or spread an STD or just trying to have unprotected sex. They do it, and it happens a lot. And another part to that, the female side to that, I'm saying male and female because we're talking scientific and legal now. But the female side to that is sometimes women can lie about actually being on birth control. Those are all of the same types of lies around contraception and birth control that are not okay.
Right. They're not okay. And I'm glad you said, because they all say, ooh, they over there talking about this, they talking about the women who do this. Listen, I don't know those type of women, you know what I'm saying, who would purposely want to get pregnant with a dude who ain't shit now.
Who ain't your husband.
Yep, not even thinking about being your husband, no potential. Now, if the dude is, if she think he the kind of dude who would marry her once she get pregnant, I've heard of those stories, she trying to get pregnant so he can get married.
Or maybe he got some money, Bomb. But most of these people ain't got no money. They barely got jobs. So,
but they act like these men who got money They act like these men really care about whether this woman get pregnant. Because if he did, he got enough money to make sure he don't have no motherfucking kids.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? He got enough money to make sure he bring his own condom so she can't poke no holes in them. Because see, once the condom is on you, she can't poke no holes in it. Normally, it's the ones that's in her pocket or her purse. But she's already
Right,
poked the holes
right,
in
right.
it and giving it to you. I told my
And
son,
I see why some men will look at women differently if they do carry their own condoms and different things like that, because
yeah, right. You know, they looking, they not trusting her. If they especially if they don't know her. I get that.
but
But there's
Mom, I don't. Oh, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say, but in a sense, I think women should carry their own condoms. You know, if you in a
Exactly.
situation where things pop off, there ain't no excuse. This nigga talking about, well, I gotta go to the store. And she be like, okay, like I've done it before. He talking about he gotta go to the store. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, go and take your ass to
And
the
he
store
making
then.
it seem like you really want me to go to the store? Yeah, nigga, what the fuck?
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
want me to say, no, never mind, just let's do hell no. Listen,
Fuck
AIDS
outta
is for
here.
real. Let me tell you, what kept me from being wild is most definitely AIDS. You know, that
That
shit.
and the fact that some things not only are they incurable, but like gonorrhea and chlamydia, those
Mhm.
heighten your chances of contracting HIV or AIDS.
Yeah, see, we didn't
So
know
I
that back
mean,
then. Like, there's a lot of things we didn't know that y'all know that they
mhm,
didn't know because AIDS was something new, you know, and they started testing it. They still was trying to figure shit out. So the only things I remember is at first they were saying you get AIDS through this, then they were saying, okay, you get AIDS through that. Then when I
mhm.
became an adult, I started hearing you could get AIDS through this, that, and that. And like it started changing. But by then, like when I was a teenager, man, there's a lot of kids who went to the school when I went to who ended up with AIDS. The whole school, Homeville High. Y'all look it up. Homeville High. In the early 90s, lots of children died from AIDS. Yes, they did. Motherfuckers around there in that little town fucking each other and shit. Fuck out of here, baby.
Yeah, back in
I had to get the fuck up out of that, baby.
Mhm. No, we're not gonna cut your hair. Mhm. You want food? Okay.
Look, we
Yes,
call it
my baby asking for food.
that. Leaky, Leaky be, I like Leaky, you want some pineapples? He'd be like, yeah, pineapples, okay. Did she ask for fruit or food?
He said food.
Oh, okay, I thought she said fruit.
Yeah, no. But oh yeah, that was another thing about unprotected sex. Like I think there was a study that came out that said like women's bodies can absorb DNA from their male partners. So basically if you're having and then even protected sex doesn't technically protect you from this, but if you have sex with somebody, their DNA, that man's DNA can end up in the woman's body.
Yeah, I
And
didn't know.
like
So this a study?
absorbed like into our wombs.
Really? I need to see. There's a lot of things that been coming out because a lot of studies been going on. You know. Hey, Auntie Wanda.
Auntie Wanda with your fine self.
Yeah. I'm not sure if she's still here because you know I don't look in the chat until me later, girl. A lot of people is gone. But yeah, yeah, I didn't, you know, there's a lot of things that they say, but I will attest to having sex with a man, and the next day I'm wondering why is it that I'm having yeast infection, and you know, this was
Because they carry it and don't know it.
yeah, you know, and so that's when I realized, okay, I'm realizing once I was told that by the doctor, I'm like, he need to take something? But no, it was before I found out I'm allergic to this dude. Like you could be allergic, you could literally
Body.
be.
The coochie said no.
The coochie
Ladies,
said no.
listen
This
to
dude is
your
dangerous.
coochie. Your coochie will talk to you. Okay, when the coochie say hell no,
Oh,
He
the
must
Lord
go.
just
You
told
better listen to her. Stop giving him another chance. It wasn't you. It wasn't the mood. It wasn't the time. It was him.
our bodies was like, no, this don't go together. What's on,
No,
Jerome?
that's a real thing.
I
Oh
know.
Lord. What's up, Jerome? I
My,
thought Jerome was going live.
my bad, Joe. Well, I'm not trying to be too loud on here. My mic overpowers everything.
Your mic is loud as shit.
Damn, right now?
Hold on, let me turn my headphones down because you came
My
up here
bad,
tripping.
Wait, hold on. Hey, what about now?
Yeah, you sound good.
All right, cool.
You live?
Nah, I'm not live. I'm not doing live today, but I'm gonna do a live tomorrow, man. I'm doing Boss the Empress. We're gonna talk about sex working. So I definitely I want you to pull up.
Oh, I like Bossy.
Yeah, Boss she my homegirl, man.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
I just noticed she started doing lives. I done checked into a few of them. I like her.
Yeah,
Most definitely. You know, I'm coming over there to support you, Paul. Most definitely. You my people. You know, I always thought of you as my people.
I appreciate that, Bomb. I definitely want y'all over there. It'd mean a lot, and you know, y'all know about that topic because people try to shame sex workers. So
Yeah,
yeah,
they want to
What time you
say, yeah.
going live tomorrow?
it's gonna be, I want to say 2:30 Pacific and 5:30 Eastern.
Okay.
Oh, it's 5:30 Eastern.
Yeah,
Okay.
When
Yeah,
you
that's
in
good. I'm
there?
good with it.
yeah. I'm talking.
I'll be there.
All
If
right.
y'all see me, if by chance, because you know I'll be forgetting shit, but even if I go live earlier, right? Come over and remind me, hey, Bomb, I'm about to go live. And then I'll shut everything down. We'll be over there.
All right, cool. I'm talking to Boss right now. We're trying to come up with a topic for it, but it's definitely gonna happen. I'm gonna do a thumbnail. So yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right, I'll catch y'all later though. I
Okay.
don't
If you
mind.
need a picture or something, let me know. Or if
Okay.
you find one, let me know. Okay.
Okay.
All right,
I'll catch y'all
Jerome.
later.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Bomb, I blocked Jerome a few months ago in your chat.
What he did, Jerome, cool people. What he
On
did.
your old channel, he had came in the chat and I was like, I was windmilling for you, Bomb. He came in there trolling, talk about some what's up with that pussy or something crazy like that. I said, oh hell no, you disrespectful. Block.
Oh damn. I let the men be men sometimes. Y'all,
Oh
we
my
can't
God.
control them. They come in, you know what I mean? They come in, they may say something like that. Let them be men. You see, they're gonna do that because they got other men around. If it was just us women, most of them gonna be they'll act accordingly. But when we got a mixture of men and women, no telling what the men might do in one moment. But don't judge them based on that. You know what I mean? I've always said
Yeah.
they were cool because I never seen Jerome come for me in no negative way where he was serious. Everything I've ever seen, he just had
I
a
didn't know
legit
Jerome
question.
was a troll though. So
Yeah, he
when
trolling.
he said
But
that, I was like, sir, excuse me.
yeah. Some of the men, like I noticed which man come back. I don't know if he's what the young man name is, the one who liked it. Let's see. Y'all got hard. Y'all was hard on that young man. He's young like let's see. Y'all done ran
Psycho
the man up.
Candy.
No, fuck him.
Oh. Oh, you mean Donovan.
Donovan, yeah, Donovan was
Mhm.
the young man, like let's see, the young woman, and y'all done ran off the young man. I'm like, God damn. How y'all
He
gonna run
ain't
off?
run nowhere.
Yeah, Donovan is. I was like, because I consider him young, like they're the same age.
Yeah, they are the
So
same age.
the men's supposed to protect him like we protect her, and and I want to protect both of them, and
Yeah.
and help them, in whatever they might be needing help with.
Well, I think he still listens to you from the clouds from time to time.
Yeah, but he don't
But
need to be in the
he
clouds. He
feels
need to.
like he can express himself better over at Platts. He'd be over at Platts and other people's channels and stuff like that. So
Yeah, but I
he's
think that's
still
where I
around.
found him. I think that's how, like, a lot of the men came from the men channel. So that's why I already knew.
Oh, he came from Platts?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Yeah.
Mhm.
Either. So when I find them in men's spaces, I understand that when they come over, it's gonna be a little, they trying to figure it out, and then they trying to see if they can chill over here. So think about it. Why would they hang over here when they could go hang by all men in the manosphere? Because they like being around the women, right? But
Mhm.
they want their voices heard too. They don't want just hear just our side. They want their side to be heard. Then that's when we have the discussion. And there are gonna be some disagreements, but we discuss it and we come to some common ground. That's how
Yeah,
marriage is, baby. Listen,
I don't mind having discussions. It's
Mhm.
just sometimes, especially with niggas that ain't paying not a red cent on none of these bills, I'm not
Mhm.
about to hear you mansplain some shit to me, gaslight me,
Mhm.
tell me that it's piss. I mean, it's rain when
It's
it's
raining
really
when it's
piss.
pissed. Right.
Like I when I catch on to it, I can't. I have a short tolerance for it. So
Right.
like I
But
mean,
some of them, do
sometimes
you
I'm
think?
willing to like, play or whatever. Like, okay, I'll entertain this, but
Mhm. But think
mm,
about it. Think about it from a different perspective, right? I think of it as they just don't know. They really think it's raining. They don't even realize they done pulled their thing on and started pissing on us.
no, I
They
can see that too.
Yeah. So if they don't know, then they don't know. And the only way they will find out, at least our side of it, is the discussion. And so it's like you'll notice some of the men, uh, even the men my age, and including me, when we have discussions, when the men are speaking, and I might disagree at first, and then I'd be like, okay, I can see
Mhm.
that from your point of view. Don't mean that I agree from my standpoint, but from another point of view, which is their point of view, some of the shit makes sense. It depends on who I'm talking to now. When I'm talking to these
Right.
clowns, when they coming up here talking about single mothers are the worst. I ain't listening to that shit. Nigga, what? Who told you that? And then when I ask them to prove it, they can't. Then they start throwing out these stats that these niggas pulled up from unreputable sites. Then you don't see when I preach to them, dude, this is not a reputable site. This is just a site. This is just a blog. That means that's just somebody's opinion. And they'll argue me. Oh, nah, it's on
Now,
the dot.
research is a hate crime to these.
So yeah, I understand why you younger women don't want to take the time to educate, but I am here to try to look, dude. They don't understand. Like they should know because I think they teach citing your information in high school, probably younger than that.
Mhm.
So they should know, but I think a lot of people do think if it's on the internet, then it must be true. They
I
think
don't
if it's on
know.
the website.
I grew up with computers, bomb, but we still had encyclopedias
Right.
at the
You know
house.
these niggas not reading. You heard
Like
which come say he threw out his
he was
books.
throwing his books. And it's like, so sometimes I just don't get it. And I just I really don't, because when I needed to find something out, there was a dictionary, there was an encyclopedia, there was a library. There was either my mother or my father or somebody else. There
Now
was
suppose your
documentaries.
mother and father told you something. Like, some of these black manosphere men are these niggas' daddies. So if their daddy said, like a Kevin Samuels said, some of these men really confuse him with being a daddy figure of what they call him, the grandfather,
The
the
Godfather.
godfather. So,
Yeah.
but these niggas, if they met him in person, I'm talking about on some real shit, with him with that purse around his motherfucking hips and shit, these niggas wouldn't even want him to be their godfather. They wouldn't even claim him. But because it's on the internet and he can talk and look a certain way in the moment, they think he's something that he's not. See, so imagine your dad telling you something, you're gonna believe it up until you go do research. And so that's what they're at. That's what these men in the manosphere are at. Some man who they look up to told them some shit, and now they believe it.
Mm, mm,
And so that's how I look at it, where I'm able to explain. I know you young women like, nah, fuck that bomb. They know better. I'm like, nah, they really don't know better, because that's why I get on the older men. See, I don't jump on these younger men. I'm not jumping on
Oh,
you know why I'm not jumping on them? Because they don't know no better. They don't know no
see,
better.
and I get it, but that's why I be calling them dumb. As soon as I hear it, I be like, "You're dumb. You're dumb." But I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait to call them dumb. I'm gonna
Yeah,
say it on the inside.
yeah, say it on the inside. You know what I mean? Because once you start calling them dumb, then they start calling y'all names, and then they go back.
Yeah,
and
they
forth.
get defensive. They get
Yeah, and then
defensive.
it get real crazy. Yeah, so and you know they're not used to women. They don't want the women embarrassed. It's embarrassing to men to be put down by men. Although I don't know why they think they could come and put us down and think it's gonna be all flowers. You kick them in
See,
their balls.
Bomb, you remind me. You remind me of a saying my mom used to say. She used to, like, if something was bothering me or something, she would be like a duck and let it roll off your back. She said,
Mhm.
ducks, the water, it just rolls off right off their backs. And so that's how you do it. I admire that.
Or and
Because
most of the time I'm gonna be
these niggas be being disrespectful sometimes.
yeah. And you notice I don't read the chat. Why you think I don't read the chat? Because I get thrown off real easy. A comment, you know, I can have
Right.
yeah.
It's
And
hard to
so
do both.
yeah, not and mainly because if somebody throw an insult and if you see I read it, oh baby, I could go from 1 to 100 real quick. So I
Right.
just
You'll fire up a track
yeah.
on that.
Oh hell yeah. So what I've done is I've learned how just not to look at the chat much, and that'll keep me on track. And then the next thing you know, because they come here to intentionally get me fired up.
Yeah.
Like at one point in the manosphere, that's what they were doing. They were calling the Cynthia G and all the women, and then they would record how we react, and then they were going back and see, she just like them. He did that, but they wouldn't show where they said something to get me all fired up. You know what I mean? And so that's why I started doing my rounds around the manosphere, because I go up there, I'm nice as can be. I laugh when they, you know, even some of them don't be joking. They literally trying to insult. But I would say, oh yeah, well, now that your roasting is over, I wasn't roasted. Oh nigga, I take it as you roasting because you don't want me to take it no other way. You know,
Right.
it shows the other men though how I got up there really trying to have a conversation, and the men just got disrespectful. After a while, they start thinking, damn, bro, why you so disrespectful? She didn't do that. She didn't do nothing. And that's when
Mhm.
now I'm able to have a conversation with the men. Even when we disagree, we still can have the conversation without them thinking, oh, you just this, you just that. And that's how you single women. That's how the single mothers, right? The younger women, I say single women, the younger women, that's how y'all got to do it. Y'all got to learn how to win. Y'all not trying to win. Y'all trying to win the little argument. I'm saying win the whole fucking war. Right? You win a little argument with this dude, but we can win the war because they won't see us coming.
Oh yeah, never.
They won't see us coming. When you know they think they think of me as their aunt. That's because I want them to. That's why I don't turn my cam, because if I turn my cam on right now, a lot of niggas will be over here and they'll be looking at my breasts. I'm not even they'll be looking at my breasts. They want, you know what I mean? I don't turn on my
Yep,
cam off.
they gonna want to see that titty meat. Because you know a lot of these niggas, they mamas refused them the breast and didn't breastfeed them. So they mad and shit. They need some milk. He needs some milk.
Look, I show me over here sewing and cooking. I put a bonnet on my head intentionally. You know, when my husband come home, I try to take the bonnet off. I put the bonnet on my head and shit, and I turn on the cam, and I want them to think of me as they aunts and I don't care what they think of me as long as they don't think of me as they lovers and shit, right?
They always be like mom, auntie.
And I'm
It's
okay
one
with
of
that.
the two.
Yep, I'm even okay with them calling. Yeah, I'm okay with the grandma, even though I'm not old enough to be
Oh yeah,
anybody's
they be
grandma.
trying to call you a grandma when they trying to be shady, but
Yeah, but I
they
am a
know
grandma.
they know they grandmas don't look like you.
No, they grandma. Oh, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why I don't turn the camera on. I don't want there to be no confusion. And then we'll have the ones talking about, see, she's a deception.
Oh
then
my gosh.
why would they complain about me being in the sex industry? That's what I'm glad to have the conversation tomorrow. Hopefully there's some men who come over, and I want to know what is the problem. I understand if you don't want to marry, like if you don't want to marry the woman who's in the sex industry, cool.
Mhm.
But I'm already fucking married. Most of them women who's in the sex industry, they
Are
are already
married.
fucking married.
Are married. Their husbands
Yes.
are basically their managers or their
Yes.
biggest cheerleaders. Like, fuck out of
Yes.
here.
I don't know why they don't know this. You know why they don't know? Because they don't want to know. They want to be able to imagine having sex with her and not imagine that she already have a man. But most women, especially the ones who do it long term, who survive, they have a man who is helping them to protect them, make sure that they're safe and all that shit. These women are married. Them Instagram models, them women over there, most of the ones who are successful, they already have a boyfriend or they're married. They're in a serious relationship. So, and I don't know why they don't know this. They don't want to know it because the women tell them, right? Even and the real porn stars, they usually have boyfriends and shit. But
Yeah.
yeah, they have boyfriends that don't have husbands.
What girl?
But
Uncle. What's Uncle doing? I don't know. You want to call Uncle?
No, he's in a black car.
He's in the black car?
Yes.
Okay, baby.
That's
That's my 2-year-old. She just be talking my ear off.
me too. Oh man,
Yes,
she talking
two
her
and a
butt
half.
off.
She'll be
Yeah.
3 in March, at the end of
Oh
March.
yeah. Oh, she was older. So your son is older. That's right. You just said that.
Yeah, my
Okay.
son is 4.
Oh
But
man, I thought
she out talks him.
man, she talking. I understood everything. She's over there rocking it, baby. What's up, Black Woman Spear?
Hey, woman Spear.
And
Hey,
I want to
Mom.
know.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, I want to know why the men have a problem with the women who they go and watch to get their rocks off. I bet you they take the porn sites down, these free sites down, these niggas would go crazy.
Mom, I almost choked on my water.
I think it's the liberation. I think it's
Oh, yes.
most women who are very comfortable with their sexuality are very liberated. That's why I say, I said that on my channel one time. I said the most information you're going to get from men, the truth, is from a woman that they consider to be a hoe. She know all their secrets. She know
sure
everything.
do.
Because they, for some reason, that's why I say they hate them, but they love them at the same time. Like, them women be knowing everything. I remember I watched Sunshine one time talk about all the tea men be giving her when she be doing her calls. I was just like, and you did it one time too. You played
they tell me
call
everything.
for us.
Yeah, I didn't. They tell me everything, girl. They tell me everything.
I was like, wow. I'm like, they really be coming at these women because of the liberation. They fear it, but they respect it at the same time. It's crazy. Like, I'm telling you, like, my friends that are like, was like ahead of the curve when I was younger. Like, now it's like, we in our 40s and 50s now. So who cares don't nobody really be keeping track of who people sleeping with and what they doing and all that. But, when you young, everybody be trying to keep track and stuff. And it's like my friends that was just getting it in with whoever knew all the tea.
Damn.
They
know
would
everything.
be like, girl, he told me he want to leave his wife. He told me and I'm like, what? So they just be spilling the beans, laying in bed, feeling real comfortable, huh? She like, yeah, girl, I be hearing everything.
Not spilling the beans.
Spilling the beans, telling everything, girl. The tea. And all I did was phone sex These men have never even seen me unless I gave them a promotional picture, and it could have been me or not me, right? So they didn't
Mhm.
even know if it was the real me, but it was. But anyway, and these motherfuckers, these motherfuckers would just tell me everything about their jobs, their wives, how she won't do this and won't do this. Because I'm wondering, I would ask, like, hey, if you're married, why you don't call her? Oh, she won't do this, she won't do that. No, she just one of them women who I have on my arm. We go places, but that's it. Like, damn, okay.
Don't even want to be with the woman that they done chose. These men is goofies. Mm-mm-mm.
That's
But
when my
I'm telling
prices
you,
go up.
But
it-
aren't they the same ones that complain that, you know, women are just too sexual and we hoes and we shots and this and that, and but you out here with the church holy girl who only do it missionary. Nothing wrong with missionary, but she's not. You're saying she's not giving you what you want, but you married her and you out creeping around being
Well, let
freaky.
me say this before anybody see that shit when you said nothing wrong with missionary. I'm against missionary. Fuck missionary. Okay, I'm tired of saying nothing wrong with missionary. Fuck a missionary. I don't want you face to face
I'm
with
first
me on top of my
missionary.
belly. These niggas be heavy, ladies. Be honest about it. What's wrong? Missionary should be illegal. Fuck
I mean,
all that.
but bomb missionary with your legs up, they not really on top of you. Like,
Oh yeah, now that's another. That's a different type of missionary. That's not considered missionary. These niggas be heavy as
well,
fuck.
that's the missionary I'm talking about. I don't want nothing else.
missionary and they sweating and all they face looking all weird and heavy laying on top
Ooh,
of you.
you
Like,
know what
get
that
off me.
remind me of? That scene on Waiting to Exhale.
When you making all them faces
Oh
and
my
shit.
gosh.
Let me tell you, yes. You know, when you want to be the good girl, you say, well, nothing wrong with missionary. Yes, I'm against it. Listen, get behind me or something, motherfucker. You too heavy. Okay, I'm a short woman. Listen, it's a lot of things. I don't want you on top of me no more. And my husband, as we got older, he just laying on top of me, like, trying to put my legs up in position. Nigga, I'm older. Listen, I used to be used
You
to bend me
said get
like a
it from the side.
Y'all ain't right for that side position. Y'all know that's a lazy position where you just turn over like,
Listen,
listen, go ahead.
hey, I did
we
it in that
older.
position. I had my baby in that position. Okay, on the side with the leg up.
Oh damn. Shit. My husband like way more than me, and then his ass way taller than me, and he putting all his weight on me and shit. Especially when it's over, you know, when you're in the midst of it and shit, he done forgot to brace himself. Nigga, what you doing up there? I can't breathe.
Yeah, it do be a lot
No,
when
what
because
you
men
doing
are
up there?
big. Like, especially if you with a tall man, like, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, I mean,
200 pounds.
my ex is 6'5". So it's like, I'll be
Mm-mm.
down there looking up like, dude, like let's switch this up. And then, he young, so he still got he like aggressive with the strength. And it just be
Oh,
like,
yeah.
dude, like it's like colliding with a Mack truck. It's like, damn. Jeez,
Now see that
McGee.
sound interesting. That still sounds good, but my husband a little older. We all both a little older, and now it's the collide is a little different. We're not colliding with Mack trucks no more. We rubbing. I don't even know what to call it. I'm gonna think about it. I'll come back to it. What y'all think?
Yeah, I described it like that to him because I call his penis the God rod. So I
Oh.
described it like that to him. I was like, it's like colliding into a Mack truck in the most romantic way. And he was like, he was looking at me like, what the fuck?
You fucking that young man head up, girl. What you doing over there?
Girl, getting it going. So
He
he
said
get in the
he
room,
hit
get
it.
ready to go, girl. Men, they like that little ego stroke bomb. They love that little
Yes,
ego
they
stroke.
do. That's true. That's true. What's going on, Cyber?
Oh, Lord. What fake account you done created now?
He
No.
would come up here while we talking about sex.
Sex, yes, and this instantly dried up now. Man, we might have been
Yep.
thinking about
Dap.
it before. Not no
Dap.
more.
Dap.
So, hello, it is I.
Hello.
It is I.
It is I.
It is
Okay.
I. So, no, I ain't staying too long. I just wanted to let y'all know that side position that you actually think is lazy, that's actually one of the best positions. And the reason why it is the best position as a man is because if you have any type of thigh, it exposes us to the back of that thigh, which is like real soft and real supple. So somebody said they had kids in that side position. There is a reason why. The side position will get your man up out of there. Until the next one, take care. It is I.
It is I, King Cyberline. There you go, baby. He said
Cyberline make you want to punch him in the back of the head. He one of them people that walk away and you just be like, I'm about to punch him.
Kick him.
He said the side. Listen, he said that's one of the
Oh
best
my
positions
gosh. He had to come up here and preach
Exit,
for
it is
that
I.
side
Like, just
position.
make you want to punch him. Can you imagine a man saying some "it is I" walking away
It is
from you
I.
and ending the conversation?
Nigga, who
Like,
the fuck you
no.
talking to like that?
It is I. Oh
He
man.
know what he be doing too. He be deliberately. That's why I said him and David Johnson. They both is just. I think they was put on the earth. Their job is to irritate women. That is their job.
Oh man. Cyber said it is I. He wanted everybody to know. I'm shocked he's referred to himself in third person. Even though in a sense he did, it is I.
He a mess. He a mess.
Right. Like he's this omnipotent being. It is I. Sir, please.
Maybe
stop.
his wife got him thinking he is shit. So maybe that's why
she
he's
might.
feeling good.
He
He's feeling
might.
good. Nothing wrong with it.
He was probably in that side position earlier. It is I.
I can't with him. I can't with Cyber. All that confessing he did up here yesterday.
You heard
cackling,
him, girl.
thinking it was funny.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, you
Girl.
up here causing all hell to break loose everywhere. You up here laughing.
That's
Like,
why.
dude,
Look, listen, y'all probably think, damn, Bomb, what you doing? They like to confess, baby. And I would sit here and just, I was like, okay.
Yeah,
continue
go on, tell
on.
on yourself. Go on, tell on
up here
yourself.
trolling and got people up here fussing and fighting, and you proud of it. Crazy
He
tail stuff.
admitted that maybe Taz and Witchcom was arguing for no reason because maybe he thought that Taz did something that Taz didn't do because he the one who did it. That I was
No,
like,
Taz always said it wasn't him. He said it wasn't him. He was like, that ain't me. I count, you know, but I think, and you know what? I think Bantu Knots knew it wasn't. He knew. He just wanted it to be. Like, Taz don't be paying that boy no attention. Trust and believe me. So he knew that wasn't Taz. But we didn't know it was Cyber. Thanks, Cyber.
I know.
There ain't no telling how much beef you done caused around here.
I know. That's what I'm saying, man. He
That
probably
was the only
sit
thing
back.
he admitted to. He probably done did a whole lot of other mess too.
Right. Cyber came up here and said, well, you know, Mom, I did do this and I did. I was like, whoa, okay. You admit it? But he refused to
then
admit
like
that.
2 hours later, then like 2 hours later, he was like, no, it wasn't me.
Y'all, I went to trivia night yesterday. I'll be doing trivia night on Tuesdays when I ain't got my boys. And I was at trivia night. I was still listening to y'all. When I heard him admit to that, I couldn't come back on because the announcer was giving our answers for the team that I was on at trivia night. I wanted to come back on so bad and be like, you son of a bitch. Now, why would you sit up here and do that? Him and David Johnson, as annoying as they tickle me. Him, David Johnson, RBR is funny as hell to me. Everybody be like, "Ooh, RBR get on my nerves." I be like, "How can he get on your nerves? He is literally comedic relief."
RBR is hilarious.
He's funny as heck. It's like this, and I think to me he's funny because he be so serious.
Yeah, he told.
I'll be
said,
listening
Bomb,
like, dude.
Bomb, you support white supremacy. That's you don't like me because you support white supremacy. I was like, what? Man, funny. He is
And
funny.
don't you bring up Barack Obama. Oh, he gonna go in. He gonna
Oh.
go balls to the wall talking about Barack Obama. I'm telling you right now.
When he
like
was
that
president,
conversation.
yeah, that's right.
Mhm.
When he was president, he was over there going in for Barack, baby.
Mhm.
I learned a lot from him about a Barack.
Yeah,
As a
me
matter of
too.
fact.
Me too. Yeah, me
Yeah.
too. He ain't no idiot. He just funny. He funny because he be so serious. It's just like, and I think a lot of times we do remove the humor from these panels and from the character of people. I think a lot of times we just get mad instead of laughing because some stuff just be funny. It just do. It just, some stuff be real funny when it ain't no malicious intent behind it. You know what I'm saying? People just up here just fucking around and playing it. It'd be funny.
Right. I agree. I'm able to, see the humor and shit. And then when I go off on somebody, I'm just doing comic relief too. But then they'll take it serious. But I'm over there. You serious? Why you so mad? Like, bitch, I ain't mad. But I'm gonna call them motherfucking people about that payment you claim you made, though. I'm talking about that.
You need to stop with that. She a whole fool for that.
You see, she's still holding it down. Black
Yeah, I told that's what she do. She gonna hold it down till she go in the grave, honey. She is like it. She is like it. That's one thing she good at. You see how she held it? I mean, she holding it for her, for Joseph, her ex-husband. She holding it for me. She gonna hold it for you. If he ain't got nothing coming, we ain't got nothing coming by him. Like, I mean, it's just over with. I just wonder how Warren is holding it. Like, you feel real safe, don't you? Like that whole situation is strange to me. Like, that woman is strange. She's just strange.
She's now admitting that she didn't help me with the money, but she attempted to help with the money. The money went to the wrong place, but she still should get credit for helping with the money. I'm like, bitch, what? She's trying to deflect because she don't want people to know that she's a liar. So now she's just trying to prove that, well, I didn't lie because I did send the money, but I sent it to the wrong place. I'm like, bitch, any place you would have sent it would have been the wrong place if you didn't know what was going on. But, girl.
That whole thing, like, she was over there trying to, because I had went over there, because occasionally I check her channel to see what's up and what's going on. She probably gonna listen to this and play this soundbite over and over and over again, because she is be so obsessed. But it's like every now and again I check up. I seen her over there like talking about receipts and all this stuff. Like, first of all, I will never believe a word that comes out of her mouth. I was on the receiving end of her for years, and she sounds so convincing because she literally will go and go and go and go. And it's like, most people, if they know they ain't did nothing, they just look at you like you goofy. And that's how you was looking at her for a while. You was like, girl, shut up. You know you ain't did that. And then you got to a point to where you was like, well, wait a minute, bitch. You just gonna keep on going. And that's where I got to. Like, because she'll keep going. Like, initially you be like, oh, girl, bye. Like, ain't nobody did that. And then she just keeps going, and then she goes on. She campaigns. She literally campaigns. She will go from panel to panel to panel, trying to prove the lie that she's telling. And so it literally forces you to have to say something like, okay, all right, now I got to say something. So it's like, when she said that about your mama and what she did, I didn't believe her at all. I was like, she lying like a motherfucker. Like, she always doing that, always lying. Like, always trying to make it seem like she a victim, always trying to make it seem like somebody did her wrong. Ain't nobody did nothing to you. Nobody.
I tried to break up with her. It's my fault. I tried to break up with her, and she wasn't letting me go.
That's what it is.
I think I
She
gotta
outside
let
your
her
house with the
go.
radio playing New Edition, Bomb. That's what she really
Looks
doing.
like another love. TKO. She want her friend back, bro.
Yeah,
Shit.
she heard that Bomb just finally said, fuck this stupid shit. Fuck y'all. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's too much. And I think that she mad that Bomb just finally made that decision and Bomb didn't decide to keep standing in that trash with her and Warren. Because Warren is really the one that makes it really, really bad for
Yeah.
everybody to deal with. So
Mm.
it's like, you know, I don't believe nothing she's saying. You ain't even got to do no for me, it ain't, I don't need no convincing because I already
Yeah.
know. So it's like,
Oh,
I'll
no.
be like, man, please.
Yeah, no, I'm not trying to convince nobody. I think everybody know what it is now. She's just trying to do like you said. She gonna stand in it, keep repeating it, and then people gonna might start believing her. I'm gonna make sure that don't happen. I'm gonna make sure to be right there. Say, oh, she said that. Here you go to proof again. Here you go to proof again. Don't let it deflect. Here you go. Here you go. She ain't gonna play me like she tried to play you know, with that bullshit. Because there was a lot of things she said that you had done, and I believe that shit. And I had never seen it, you know what I mean? And she kept, because she would get up there and she'd be like, see.
Yeah, it was
And
relentless. It was
Yeah.
relentless. And I wasn't responding. See,
you wasn't
that's
responding,
why
yeah.
she don't know what to do with you because you like, oh, okay. I mean, I got time all the time. I'm responding. But see,
Yeah.
me, I was trying to like, man, this shit is so goofy and silly. This girl know I ain't did that. So I'm ignoring her thinking that people won't believe her. But no, people
Yeah.
started believing her. And then it ended up getting to a point to where I literally had to do cleanup like a mug because any interaction I would have with anybody else, they would be like, well, that chick over there is saying she a doxer and she did this and she did that. And, you know, it was like nobody believed me because of everything she said. And that was my fault because I didn't address it. I just ignored her. And I was just like, I don't care
I
what
won't
she
even
said.
blame it on your fault. It's not about fault, but because you didn't address it, and then she had people like me supporting her. So if she said it, and then if I was like, yeah, that's right, and people believe in me, then now I gave her back up to her bullshit. That's the part that's really pissing me the fuck off. You see, that I gave back up to some bullshit, but blindly. You know what I mean? But I did it because I thought she was telling the truth. She pulled the same shit on me. You know what I mean? And so that's why from
She
now
said
on,
I
I'm
did
like,
a lot to try and ruin her business. I did none of those things. And the real true tea is that when all of those things were being done, like I said, I've been honest about it from the start. I said it. I said, listen, yeah, I was aware that these things was about to be, I was aware before it happened because it was told to me. You get what I'm saying? But I never condoned it. But at the end of the day, I do not control grown people and what they want to do. So I would just be like, girl, no, I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't do all of that. And it was just like, shit, fuck that. And you see what she did to me? Yeah, you know, so it was like, oh, okay. And I wasn't about to stop being friends with her because she was retaliating against somebody that did something to her. You know what I'm saying? Just because you get out there and you get what I'm saying? Like it was like you did something to her. Now she got a big old brick bashing you in the head, and now you mad. No, you should have just left the girl alone. You should have just, you and your raggedy tail man, because he wasn't her husband at the time. Y'all should
we don't
just
even,
let
to be honest, we don't know if he her husband fucking now.
Right.
Because see,
We
what I
sure
did
don't.
with one, let me tell you how that came up. She said, Bomb, yeah, I didn't let anybody know, but we got married this week. Oh, you got married? Congratulations. And I thought it was gonna be a secret, but then she said, nah, I don't want to be a secret. So I on a stream, I think it was that stream. Remember, she said that you called in. I'm not sure, but you went over there and did a live, and I said, oh, and by the way, congratulations on your marriage. And everybody took my word for it, and everybody just assumed they're married. I don't know if they're married. I don't know if this bitch got money like that. Why would they just go do that type of marriage? She claimed they wealthy. Why wouldn't they have nice photos, nice this, nice that, nice this? Why they didn't do it with the family? Why would they do it the way they did it if she got money like that? And it makes me think, is these bitches really married?
Yeah, I don't know for sure because I don't, despite what she says, y'all, I do not keep up with Danini like that.
Yeah.
Like I might check her channel to see if she talking shit because she always talk, and every time I check, she is. My name
Yeah.
is always mentioned. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I don't keep up with her personal business the way that she says I do. I never did. The only information I ever had was from when everything happened. Other than that, I don't know anything else. I'm not current. I'm not like, I don't know anything. So when she says that stuff as if I'm on her ass like that, like I'm really just trying to, it's such a lie. It is such a lie. I do not keep up with that woman. I do not care whether she's married or not married. I just know that's
Right.
what they said. You know, so it's like, that's all I know. But I don't, because she said that about me one time. She said, I'm always gonna keep up with her. I'm always gonna check her name and see what's going on, where she live and all that. She said that on the stream.
Yeah, she did. say
And
it.
and it was like really uncomfortable because it was like, why though? Because I'm not a threat to you. I'm not seeking to do anything physical to you. I'm not seeking to try and destroy you, ruin anything for you. Me not liking you, I have a right to do that. I have
Yes.
a right. And I think women do not understand that. Like they just really don't get that people have a right to not like you. It doesn't mean I want to see you fail. It doesn't mean I want to see your children fail. It just means that I'm very indifferent towards you and I could care less what happens, good or bad.
Right. Good or bad.
And I
Right.
think that's where you are, but you ain't allowed to just rest there because she doesn't allow you to.
Yeah.
She keeps talking and talking and talking, and she pushes you to a point to where now you got to respond. Meanwhile, you was feeling like, I don't care for her. I see what you just did. I don't care for you, but I don't care what happens, good or bad. I'm just over here doing my own thing, doing my
Right.
sewing and talking to my subscribers, the people that support me. But you aren't allowed to rest there. And I understand that because I've been in that position with her. I'm still in that position with her, honestly. You know, I'm in that position with her as well. She don't allow you to rest. She don't allow you to just leave it alone and move on. She don't.
Yeah.
And I
But-
see that's why you have to respond. I know why you have to
Right.
respond.
I'm
'Cause I
responding
saw
and
you.
she keep fucking with me. She gonna get more than what she got with the other Scorpio. You see what I'm saying? See, so I always understood her because when I found out she was a Scorpio, I was like, like, hey, I'm a tread lightly. You know what I mean? Because if something really pisses off, I know how it can be. So I wasn't shocked of old girl. You know what I'm saying? I don't mention her name, but I wasn't shocked. But she was shocked. Because remember, there was a website that came up. She was concerned about that website. She keep fucking with me. It's gonna be a website just like that. But I have way more people who hit my blog.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, even though me and old girl, like, don't, you know, and me and old girl, I ain't gonna even say I dislike her, to be honest. I ain't gonna even say that. Because I really don't dislike her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna say that about her. I'm gonna just say that we don't talk no more and it is what it is. But I would never, like, even, you know, with everything that happened, I would never make it seem like she just jumped off the porch for no reason. I will always tell the truth about what happened. And she jumped off the porch because she was attacked first and she was doxxed first. So that is why she did it. And when she did it way more vicious than what they expected her to do. She ain't have that little sneaky hand that they got where they like to do troll accounts and stuff like that. She didn't do all of that. She was upfront. Yeah, she was upfront and honest. Like, listen, this is what I'm doing. You was playing with me for too long, and now I got you. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's so I never, like, you know, judged her for it. You know, it wasn't something I would have did, but I didn't judge her because yang is the yin, is yin is the yang.
Right.
You keep playing with people. Everybody not gonna take the high road. And you can't
I always say it. How many times I got to say I'm not gonna keep taking this fucking high road? And I've always said I'm willing to jump in there and listen and settle this shit. But see what old girl did. I'm not mentioning her name, but that had her very concerned. But yeah, you know, when it came to her, 'cause what was shocking to me is that she put me on the site, even though I didn't care, you know, because there ain't nothing up there that I had never heard. But yeah, she was concerned about that. She was like, Mom, she got a site. And then she called it something about rats, sewerrats.com,
Ghetto
y'all.
sewer rats. No, trust me. She asked me, and she had a whole conversation with me, like, should I name it this or should I name it that? And I was just like, well, ghetto sewer rat sounds pretty significant for her, for
Man,
Danini.
that shit
And
was
I mean, she was, listen, that's why I say, like, I always say, I'll be like, I understand why Danini don't like me. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Because I was cool with her, but Danini and Warren got to take responsibility for what they did to that woman first. You know what I'm saying? And they not.
Yeah. I remember when some information came out, you know,
About her job, where she
yeah,
worked,
about the job.
what
And
car she drove, everything.
yeah, I remember all of that. Now somebody sent that, but I don't know. And it could have been the people who were acting like somebody sent it. But I wasn't for the doxing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I
you
wasn't for
never
that.
entertained it.
Yeah,
It
I ain't
wasn't
sharing
you.
nothing.
You
Yeah.
never entertained it. It really wasn't even, see, Danini be playing dumb, or the nigga, I hate it. So the nigga be playing dumb all the time. You know what I'm saying? And Warren would be the one, he would be in the chat and he would just be like, saying the temporary agency she works for, saying the car she drove, just saying it over. And we knew what it was because we knew, you know what I'm
But you
saying?
knew, yeah. See, I didn't even
but
know.
we wasn't saying anything. You didn't know. You never ever mentioned it ever. But
Right.
Danini, the nigga, and Warrant, remember we was calling him Warrant?
Mhm.
the nigga and Warrant was both highly promoting it all the time. And what, like I said, what happened was with the other young lady that was attacked by Lord Gaelic, she was the one who gave old girl the information of the nigga. You know what I'm saying? And so that's when everything went off, because when she called me, she said, girl, you ain't gonna believe this. I said, what? You know, I was ready for the tea. Girl, when she told me that stuff about the nigga, I was driving. I almost had to pull over like, no. Seriously? She was like, yeah. And I was like, that ain't happened for real. In my mind, I just couldn't believe it was serious. I said, this can't be serious. This can't, like, a whole murder? No. No. And she started sending me like the links and everything. And then I ain't gonna say who else it was, but somebody else participated in it too by looking it up on YouTube and finding the news clippings and everything. Like it was a whole thing. You know what I'm saying? It was several people involved in that she don't even know, that sat over here real pretty and didn't say a word.
And I don't listen. I wasn't saying that because I'm gonna be honest. In the beginning, when y'all was saying it, I wasn't really listening, so I didn't even think it was real. I just thought everybody was roasting one another. Until the day when I realized that shit was real, that's when I don't want to mention her name, but when she went in, when she was going in, she had hundreds of people over there, and I was over there listening, and I was like, wait a minute. Is this real? So then she hit me up and I said, look, the only maybe you could stop some of this is if you tell your side of the story. And so that's what we decided to do. And it was on my channel. And so there was people in the chat asking questions and shit. When she was answering y'all, I was like, what? So this shit is real? Wait a minute. And I still didn't know the detail, most of the details that you told me a couple of months ago over here. So I never, you know, I'm gonna be honest, I'm an older woman. I got grandson. I'm busy doing this, that. It ain't none of my business. But if I could use it against that bitch, I'm gonna scarp your tit in, bitch. You against me, I'm against you, bitch. I will pull that shit out, ho.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. It's like when old girl, like I said, she is Scorpio too. So
Mm.
when she finally went there, you know, it wasn't no stopping. Like she would contact me because we talk to each other all the time. And she would contact me and ask me, you know, like, should I do this? Should I do that? And I would be like, no, don't do it. Don't do it. And she'd be like, man, fuck you. Like, you can kiss my ass. You know what I'm saying?
I'ma do it.
Like I'm doing it anyway. Like she wanted to play, let's play. And
Let's
so,
play.
and I never judged her for it. Like I never did. And I, to this day, I don't, because I do feel like, you know, it's consequences for stuff. And when you do stuff like that to people and you think that everybody just gonna take the high road and not respond to you, this is people like that that are bullies, because the nigga and Warrant are bullies.
Bullies.
They are
They
bullies.
are bullies. Yeah,
So
they-
it's like it makes people feel like their back is pressed up against the wall. And when you push somebody back up against the wall, whatever you get is what you get. And so I never judged her for doing that. And I never looked at her no differently. I just looked at her like she was responding. She was responding. So
even when
it
she
was
came
what
for
it was.
me, I knew that's a part of the game, right? That's the part of the game. That shit didn't piss me off, right? That's why when people say, well, how could you, you know, still speak to her? Because that's just what it is. And I knew when I knew she was a Scorpio, I already knew how this shit can go. I'm not lying, this shit could go bad.
Yeah.
Right? But Danini, when you say that she's a bully, I proved that for those who didn't look at it. This was like 2 weeks ago. I was even up here. She came up on my panel talking that shit. Want to know why she involved? You know, she said that I started by coming over there talking to you. I said, she asked me a question. I answered seriously. I said, you a liar, and here's the proof. I said it, I mean it. Then she said, well, she didn't lie and all that shit and talk about proof. But I asked her, what can we do to move forward? She said, well, I'm done with it. I said, but it's not you, it's your husband. She said, she wouldn't even ask him. She just said, well, I can't tell him what to do. So I said, well, put him up. I said, what do we got to do, Warren, to let this go? Oh, nah, we're not letting it go. I said, so if you're telling me we're just doing YouTube, I'm good with that. Are you saying that we're going to leave the old shit alone and we're just going to move forward with YouTube and you can make videos how you want? I make mine. Nah, it still got to do with the shit. Oh, okay. See, that's a bully that does that. Because look, if you want this shit to be over, let's let this shit over. I'm good with letting it be over. Nah. See, he thought he had me on the rope. See, niggas, weak niggas like that, if they think that you want something, they don't want to give it to you. But see, I don't give a fuck. That's what he need to understand. I don't give a fuck, nigga. We keep going. I just was, if your wife wanted not to be involved, nigga, we was going to have to end it. Otherwise, I was letting you know that to me, you bitches are the same people.
Yeah.
Okay. And that means
that's what I'm
when
saying.
we go,
I think she know though. I think
yes,
she knows. Yeah. Yeah.
She know he gonna keep doing what she doing. She just wanna out. She wanna be out of it, right? He could be able to come for me and my family or whomever, and I can't say nothing about his toe up, the nigga ass fucking wife. Fuck you, bitch, and your nigga over there. Y'all probably wonder which one I'm referring to as the nigga. That's her. She the nigga. Because he's a show of a pussy. And see, I gave him out. I'm like, look, but they want to bully, but they just not gonna be able to bully me. I will put that shit on the website and start informing motherfuckers and start inviting people in Gretna, Harvey, bitch. You know I know where you at. Your neighbors will find out.
Somebody asked me why I was invested. They said, why you talking about that? I said, do you not know what this? Hey, I'm going to talk about it till I don't feel like talking about it no more. I'm going to say whatever the fuck I want to say about the nigga and Warrant. I'm going to always say whatever I want to say about them, because every single dust up I have ever had in this space with anybody that did not include them, guess who was front and center? Them. Them. every single time. And I see they playing the same blueprint with you. Every time you have a disagreement with somebody, they there carrying it on, instigating it, making it worse than what it wasn't even nothing, and they get over there and turn it into something. So no, I'm gonna say whatever I want to say. They deserve exactly what they put out.
Girl, that's exactly what they're doing, right?
Yeah.
Especially with these ladies, they following the women, right? That nigga, that the nigga and her husband over there, they following these women. And then when something was small, that wasn't even that big, then grew so big. As soon as they see something go wrong, they over there so they could be right there. They don't even never fuck with Sheila E. Talk bad about her. Slow, call her slow and everything. And now they over there talking about, want to get on panels with us and shit. You see, but they can play that game with me. I'm built for this shit, bitch. Like you said, I got nothing but time.
Right. I mean, when it comes to them two, that's why I said, I was like, you know what? Because when we saw everything go down, like me, Pure, Big J, we all been here. That what people don't understand is we all been knowing each other for like 4 years. So a lot of stuff happened that a lot of people ain't aware of. And, so that's why Bomb is receiving the support she's getting from me, from Pure, from Big J, and even from Rude, you know what I'm saying, of the situation towards them, because they've done a lot. They've done a lot to people, and they had Bomb as the shield.
Yeah, I'm the shield, not knowing what's going on, but I'm swinging.
Not knowing, not even, and we always knew you didn't know everything that was going on. And it was like they all hid behind you, everybody, for so many different issues and problems, and everybody hid behind you. So now that you like, listen, this shit is too stressful, I ain't got time for this shit. Because that's basically what you did. It wasn't really a personal dig at nobody. You just was like, this shit is getting old. I'm tired of this shit. I ain't trying to be up here arguing. I'm just trying to kick it and have fun and have conversations. When you made that decision, that's when they all got to acting crazy.
You heard old dude, somebody came up.
What it was.
You heard he came up talking about Bomb, but you did change.
Yeah.
And then I get him to talk about how I changed. He said, well, yeah, you just, you change your topics and stop talking about South Korea. I said, yes, I decided to stop talking about it. What's wrong with that? Well, nothing wrong with that, but. And then he go into but they was manipulating. I decided not to talk about her even before.
That was funny as shit. Because you reminded me of Effie from the Dream Girls. You said, bitch, I'm always changing.
Cause she'd be nice at first. She'd try to understand you, and then once that flip, you could tell when the switch goes to Sting and Scorpio. Cause then she just be like, "Well, wait a goddamn minute! Every motherfucking body go on mute, bitches. Now hold on."
Yeah.
Everybody be like, well, okay, mute we are. Like, she about to tear your ass up. You asked for it because she was trying to be nice. It's so funny because you hear her. She had her motherly voice on. Well, what do you mean? I'm not understanding where you coming from with this. No, explain. And then they just keep saying stupid shit. She be like, you know what, bitch? Everybody go on mute. I'd be like, okay, well, here it is. Y'all asked for it. Y'all play. I mean, that's how I go. And that's typically how it is with Scorpios. That's why I was saying, like, with old girl, she was real nice at first for a long time. They was fucking with her for a long time, and she was real nice about it. And then when she flipped that switch, it's over with.
Yeah, it's over with.
Yeah, they always, I'm going to tell you about Scorpios, when it comes to certain things, they going to always get that last word. Even if they got to die for it, they going to get it. They going to get it. They coming in blood. I'm telling you right now. Like, they going to wait, but when they come, they going to always get it.
Man. And because she younger, right? I knew that, because when I was younger, it was worse, y'all. I was not as nice. I was quicker to go off. If I felt disrespected, it would just be boom. but I got older, I had children, right? And had to learn how to calm that shit down. And so I understand a younger Scorpio. I kept saying, I know y'all heard me, I kept saying, oh, she's a Scorpio, y'all. Yeah, I'm not gonna mess with her much. I'm not gonna, I'm over here with y'all, but I'm not gonna mess with her much. You know what I mean? And then it's before you have children and shit, we could be real reckless. And it could be just everybody, but I know for a fact we could be real fucking reckless, yo. Okay. Well, my children is the ones who changed me. I can't be that reckless. I can't be out there being like that. But I will say that I try my best to be as nice as I can, but I hate when people try to play me, man. You know what I mean? Like, he's trying to play me like I'm stupid. He up here talking about, but you changed, Bomb. Yes, I changed. Okay, now that we got that, I changed. How did I change? Oh, well, he just said basic things. The content changed. And then he said, but that's not a problem. And then he said, but. And I said, so why y'all keep saying that these women are they're manipulating me? Kush bomb. He come to find out he found them through me, just like I've been saying. I said, most of you Viper Pit members, them bitches didn't like you. Warren and Danini didn't want nobody joining. If you wasn't already there, it would have been 5 of us. Really, it would have been her. Warren wasn't even a Viper Pit member. Nobody even knew who that nigga was for real. Right? It would have been him, her, me. Because y'all the one who gave us the name. Like you said, what you call them is the ones who gave us the name. We were the ones who was making the video. And then people started wanting to come. They started coming by me. And then they started hearing about the Viper Pit. We was like, yeah, you Viper Pit. I started giving everybody a Viper Pit membership. Here you go. If you want to be, you could be. And they was enjoying it. We was having fun. And most of the people who was in it, we were going after Sorcery. That's the truth, y'all. We came together going after Sorcery. But when I decided I didn't want to do that no more, I stopped. I didn't want to do that no more. I'm grown. I could make those decisions. So, but even before I stopped, I think the Nene had stopped already too. She stopped before I stopped. She didn't want.
Stopped too. She stopped
That's
too.
right. She stopped before I stopped because she would be over there, her and Warren, and I'll be over here talking about Sorcery.
But see, I honestly don't think she had a problem with you stopping because, like you said, she stopped before you stopped, and she even mentioned it in a couple of videos and said that she was not interested in doing that no more. And so she stopped before you stopped. It was the men. It was the men that wanted to carry it and carry that conversation. And I think they just couldn't do it on their own. You know what I'm saying? Like for whatever reason, they couldn't do it on their own. They needed you, or they needed a woman to be the head of the conversation, because so many people left after a while. Like, those 2 guys, I ain't gonna say their names because I know you don't want to say certain names and stuff, but those 2 guys, they left first. The weird one, the funny talking one, and the one of no color.
You wrote. Yeah, but so they left. They still like friends of the Viper Pit kind of thing, and they started doing their own thing. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, I know that. I know. I saw that, Mother Earth. I did see that. It's like he can't let people go. Not letting people go. The nigga still start, and then he lied. But anyway, she had mentioned something about Rude. I agree. We watched. Everybody saw what was going on. The thing I always liked about Rude is when he talked about what was going on with Sorcery, he only referred to the men. And that's the thing he says. Hey, when I talk, I don't come at the women. I go for the men. He would call the men over and say, hey, let's talk about what y'all doing in Sorcery. You know what I mean? And there's a level of respect that's there. You know what I mean? But anyway, besides all that bullshit, fuck them bitches, fuck them, and I'm moving on. To the motherfuckers, I don't give a fuck no more. I'll try to be nice to everybody who wasn't involved, but you still involved. I'm not having that no more. You're not gonna come and laugh in my face with me, and then I see you over there as they doing the most. Because and without you being over there, they wouldn't do it. Right? They wouldn't do it. They see you, they put up a stream about me, and y'all asses go over there, and then everybody who looking in like, why is she over there? Bomb, don't she be over here fucking with you? I understood what y'all was saying, Mother Earth, when y'all was like, Bomb, she's not trustworthy. How's she gonna be over here laughing with you, having great conversation, and then she go over there when they talking about you? I was being nice, being like, hey, look, they're not taking sides. But the truth of the matter is that's taking sides. You know, it looked like you took sides. You could go where the fuck you want, and you could take sides too. You could legit say, Bomb, you ain't even got to say Bomb. You could be like, yeah, I took a side. And I'll be like, okay, you took a side. And then when I do what I do, I do what I do. That's it. I'm gonna teach y'all motherfuckers though, one by one. One by one. I haven't decided to do it yet, but when I start putting y'all name in titles and going in on y'all, talking about y'all, cracking jokes on y'all, as y'all talk about, well, I don't do that. No, bitch, you do that. You do that because you over there when they doing it. You be over here when I'm doing it. Why you gonna act like you don't do it when you doing it, when we do it? The fuck? Talking about they don't do it. It's okay, it's okay. I see you. Yeah, you know what I mean? And that's like everybody over here right now listening, or whoever come over. When I'm cracking jokes on motherfuckers and y'all in there and y'all laughing, y'all do know you're a participant in a way, right? If other people see you laughing, they're gonna be like, oh, so-and-so was over there laughing, right? If you don't want to be seen by anyone, you're gonna have to stay in the clouds. You know, stay in the clouds and stay safe. Nothing wrong with it. I'm not even against that. But for those of us who actively, you can't claim you're not with the shits when you actively over here with the shits. You might not be cracking the jokes. If you need some lesson on how to roast, let me know. We'll do some lessons. Shit. Until these bitches want to go in your real life. And then that's when you got to just say, look, if you're gonna do that, then I guess we're gonna do that. Let's do that. Warren and Danini are fuck boys, both of them. Both of them niggas are fuck boys, okay? And I want to know, Danini, why in the fuck you got all that money? You say you could do that when you could do that, bitch. First of all, why you stole money if you got it like that? I don't doubt you got it like that. When you stole the money, I don't think you gave it back. You did the time. You was able to keep the money from the crime, bitch. I don't doubt you ain't got no money. Bitch, but who can't come up with no motherfucking money? But this is my thing though. You got it like that. Why you not living like you got it like that? You hiding that money, bitch? Is that what you doing? You hiding it? Because you ain't living like it. You got married to the man of your dreams. Why didn't you have a marriage, bitch? Me and my husband getting ready to do another marriage, ho. If it wasn't for COVID, we would have already did it last year. You would have known if we were real friends because you would have been invited to the wedding. I've been planning it for 3 years. Okay. But anyway, I'm just saying why, even when I got married young and broke like motherfuckers, we still had a wedding, bitch. You got money. Thank you. You claiming to have all this money. Why did y'all have a wedding? I would love to see the photographs. Because I'm starting to doubt you had a wedding. Either one of the two things happened. Either, bitch, you didn't get married for real, or number two, you don't have the money you claim you got, and that's why y'all went to the courthouse, bitch. Because a bitch with money would have went and had either a nice wedding or they would have went on a honeymoon. Bitch, you was on YouTube for your honeymoon. Bitch, you forgot? I was here with you when you told me we just got married. And then you've been here ever since, bitch. Y'all didn't even take a honeymoon nowhere. What, can you not leave the state? You both left the state. So I know you can leave the motherfucking state, bitch. Was YouTube your honeymoon? That don't sound like people with money like you claiming. God damn. Anyway, y'all, what time is it? Because my husband came down, he didn't say nothing. I gotta look at the time. It might have was his sign. He heard me talking, so like breaking in on me. Oh, it's 7:30. Okay. Oh, I did get a little message from him though. Let me see what he is. He might be trying to check me, put me in check. He like, remember, we got an appointment. Yes. Let me see. Yeah, he want me to verify our appointment tonight. Okay. Okay, thank you. I think somebody
I'm
told me.
gonna drop it like it's hot, Bomb.
Lord is not in that fucking missionary position. I'll be waiting for that shit to be over. It starts off that way, and I be trying my best not even to go, but he be wanting to kiss and shit. I be like, okay. I just be wanting. Look, I be trying to be slick with it, Mother Earth. I be trying to be slick, right? He'll be trying to come over to get on top, and I'll be pushing him. I'll be like, nah, I got it. And then I'll bring my butt close to him. I'll be like, look, I'm trying to get behind him. Get behind him.
Say, come kiss.
I got my voice.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Bomb, gone, bone, chicken, wow, wow.
God,
Oh my goodness.
yeah, girl, Nika gonna be back tomorrow, so we gotta make appointments in the house and shit.
Girl, all in the closet and stuff. Trying to be quiet.
Yeah, I'm trying to be quiet. Like you making too much noise. Look, he turned the TV on. My husband and turned the TV on, so there would be no noise. Cause man, yeah, we learned the hard way that if the TV not on, you can hear through the walls, and we learned that through my son and his girlfriend, the baby mama. I woke up one night, heard somebody go, oh. I was like, what the fuck? What the hell
is going on in my house?
Oh shit. I said, let me turn this TV on. God damn.
That's the sign. Put the sock on the door. Turn the TV on. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, my baby's playing an imagination horn right now. Oh Lord.
Man, she sounded like she was about 4 years old.
You would think so. And she got all the attitude. She be talking back. She be checking me. Keeping me in line, keeping me on my toes.
Yeah, I know that's right.
Yeah, it was good talking to you, Bomb. I hope you enjoy your night. I know you will.
Yep, I'm gonna let you go. I know you got the kids. I'm gonna go cook something. Well, he cooked. We had leftovers, and I'm supposed to be sewing. I'm over here chatting. I ain't sewed this shit. I ain't sewed not a damn thing, girl.
Oh yeah, Bomb. I'm gonna hit you up in the email because I think I want a dress with that green and reddish fabric you had.
Oh, okay, yeah. That is pretty.
That was really pretty. And
Yeah,
maybe like maybe a bow tie for my son, or I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Oh, that match it. Yeah, like a bow tie set with him.
Yeah, you know I gotta have it matching.
Yeah, girl. Well, just let me know and then we'll go from there. Because I do have the
Okay.
fabric. It's so pretty.
Yeah, I saw it. It was gorgeous. But yeah, I like how that dress is coming along.
Yeah. Did you see the one that I finished? The only
I
thing
didn't
I
know
didn't
you
do is
finished
him.
it. The one
The
with the
blue one.
snowflake?
I finished the blue one. And
Oh
it's,
no, I
it's
didn't see it.
yeah, it got a zip in. I put a zip in the back, but I'll show it to you later. I'll probably send you
I'll
pictures.
just
Yeah,
go
I
back
finished
in
it
the
yesterday.
stream.
Okay.
I'll go back in the stream. But yeah, okay.
Okay, I'll talk to you later. Okay, everybody. What I'm about to do, I'm gonna sign off. If depending on like if afterwards, if I'm energized and all that shit, I'll be back probably later tonight. It'll probably be about 2-3 o'clock in the morning. If not though, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Nicolene gonna be here, so I need to clean my craft area because Nicolene comes by and he just thought when that tempers, so they smarter. The kids today are more intelligent, but they also a little more sassy, baby. Because and because times have changed, I don't spanking. You know what I mean? Times have changed. You got to right now. I understand my parents because I remember asking my dad, like when my little sister is younger than me, and my little sister had done shit I didn't even think about doing. And the reason I didn't think about doing it is because of my dad. You see? So when she was doing it, one day I remember asking my dad, like, Dad, how she stole the car? We couldn't even think about that. How she stole the car and she's still living? You know what he told me? Yeah, times have changed. I said, you would have whipped us. Oh, yeah, no, times have changed. So I sort of changed, me and my brother sort of changed with my sister. You know what I mean? Then the grandchildren came, right? Because my brother had a child before me, way before me. Even though he's younger than me, he got a girl pregnant. She was 14. Both of them 14. See, that's why I know you niggas are lying, make it seem like, you know what I mean? Make it seem like the girl, she was young and, when I say that she was young and dumb, she didn't know any better. But also the young man. They had children at 14 years old. Okay. So I have a niece who is older than my children. And I'm talking about several years. Yeah, about several years. I think she was like 7 when my kids were born. So she's like 7 years older than them. Anyway, but I didn't understand that. In my mind, I'm thinking, well, shit, you spanked us. We were so scared. We would have never thought about stealing no car. Never. It wouldn't have come across my mind to tell my friends, I'm gonna steal the car tonight. I'm gonna wait for them to go to sleep. None of that shit. Fuck that. And then here I am having kids and I'm raising my kids, and I didn't do a lot of spanking, but I believed in spanking. So if they needed spanking, I spanked them. I didn't have to spank them much because they were, raising them from you, teaching them as they grow up, and they understood the rights and wrongs. And then my oldest son helped me with the youngest son. That's the benefits of having 2 around the same age, right? It's a lot of help. my oldest son helped me a lot. It's not like I told him to help me. He was the big brother. I sold it to him as I was pregnant with when I was pregnant, I was selling to him that this is his baby. This is your baby, and you're going to be the big brother, and you're going to be the protector. And even though he was only 1, he loved that. He was like, my baby? I said, your baby. So I never had no them being jealous of one another for what they got or didn't get. That never happened. Plus, I always treated the birthday boy would get the biggest gift, but the other son would get a gift too. I didn't want no jealousies, no fighting between them. Wanted them to know I love them equally the same. I love them both. two different boys, two different young men. Even in their manhood, they're different. Right? One is more like my daddy, and one is more like my mama. I'm a mixture between my mama and daddy. You get me mean, I'm my daddy. If you get me nice, that's my mother. One of my sons is my daddy all the time, and the other one is my mama all the time. That's the thing. That's the thing. When I was talking to him the other day, I was like, open up your mouth. When he with the women, it's different. Even then, I think it's a little shyness in it that the women like. I don't know. I'm not even sure. I don't know what he do when he with the women. Fuck it. Okay. Because he don't bring them around, baby. He walks out that door and when he come back, he come back. Okay. The things I see come to the house, I know I know what's going on, but I don't know what's going on, if you get what I'm saying. Anyway, ain't none of my business. My kids are, let me see, 27 and 25. 27, 25. Okay. My oldest will be 28 next year. Yeah. So they 27, 25. I think that might be right. They were born in 94 and 96. I know that to be a fact, but I think they're 20. Is it, am I right? 27 and 25. Yeah, I think I'm right. And then, oh man, I'm about to go because I am tired. I'm gonna go take a shower. Hopefully I don't fall asleep on my husband, because see, that's the thing he don't like. When we make appointments and then he wants to keep the appointment. It's almost like going to the doctor and you say your appointment at, let's say the appointment at 1. But then I start getting tired. I want to show up at the doctor's appointment early, like at 10. And then they want you to wait till 1 though. That's how my husband is. If we make the appointment for 10, but I get tired, so I go up there early, he wants to stick to the appointment time. But I will be the fell asleep on his ass, okay? And yeah, I'll be the fell asleep on him. So I'm gonna go up there and try to push the appointment ahead. I'm gonna go up there. I'm gonna be like, look, babe, I'm a little tired. Want to push it up ahead, or I'm gonna give him the option. I could wake you up in the middle of the night. Now there's a perk at every stage of this. If he allowed me to wake him up in the middle of the night, then there's a perk, a nice perk that come along with that. It's all in how I wake him up. See, think about it. But if he allowed me to, push it forward, then that means we could get in the shower together, and there's a perk that come with that too. So it's gonna be up to him. I'll go up and be like, hey, I'm tired. You want me, because I know if I go to sleep now, I'm not gonna wake up until about midnight. But I could wake him up about midnight, But if he want to go now, we're gonna get in the shower, and then I'll be able to go to sleep directly after. Anyway, I'm going, y'all. And that's called marriage. It's called negotiation. Everything is not planned out like the young man who wanted to know, what's the plan? Give it to me so we can do this. Write it down. He wanted play-by-play of everyday living. And that doesn't exist. Because even if it existed, you wouldn't abide by it. Life is throwing you all kinds of curves, all kinds of little jabs, all kinds of little things happening. And so therefore, it doesn't even make sense to attempt to write down this thing. Okay? Figure out who you are. Then once you figure out who you are and you're living, right? And you need to know what type of woman you want, shoot for that. But if you're looking for a big ass, there's a lot of big asses out there. That don't mean they're going to be for you though. Okay? Better start looking for what you really want not in what you want in a wife as far as for yourself, but what do you want as the mother of your children? For those of you who want children, what type of things you want her to possess? That is what you shoot for. That is what you shoot for. And if you don't want kids, then what type of woman do you want to be with every day. Y'all ask me wanting to get with these women who are in the church. And then when her ass is always in church, you don't complain about it. When she won't do certain things because the church tells her that that stuff is not allowed and it's against the Bible, it's against Jesus himself, you know what I mean? Then don't be complaining about it. You go to another country and you get with a woman whose culture is all about taking care of her parents. And when you got to take care of her parents, don't complain about it. You say you're going to be about it, then be about it. That's the only words of wisdom I got for you today. Tomorrow, I will be cussing bitches out, though. We're going back to our regular program of cussing bitches out. And I'm talking about the nigga and her bitch ass husband over there. Bye-bye. I'll see you all.